Christmas 2020. Be sure not to touch anybody. Order yourself a chestnut praline latte
with extra drizzle.
And don't be late to my Christmas pity party. Call back. Well, it's Christmas 2020. Medics on OnlyFans, but just be jolly.
Ho, ho, ho.
Get a toasted white chocolate mocha frappuccino.
What else we can call for drizzle?
But don't get under mistletoe. Oh no, you will get an unsettling feeling when you fear cases skyrocket in Cali. ACAB Proud Boy rallies. It's Christmas 2020. Everything outside is very scary. Tip baristas well if you go out there. Melatonin helps escape the nightmares. You know it. You will get an unsettling feeling when you hear Bo Rat Best, Giuliani, ACAB Proud Boy rallies. Well, it's Christmas 2020. Be sure not to touch anybody. Order yourself a chestnut praline latte.
With extra drizzle.
And don't be late to my Christmas pity party. Yeah!
Ho, 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 ho.
Imagine Alice Cooper with about 1/100th the money.
If the Cramps had been a heavy metal band.
Crazy as H, blood-splattered, ear-splitting hilarity.
The Wizard of Oz meets splatter horror films.
The gag is, you're in the splash zone.
You're covered with goo and blood, and if you're not completely soaked, you didn't have a haunted garage show.
It's like going to a horror movie, except it's actually happening.
It's basically walking into the most brutal, gory film right in front of your face.
It was probably the best part of my life.
I think of him as a guy with commitment to his art.
That's Dookie. I mean, he wants to take it as far as he can take it.
You gotta see this band.
Wait a minute, are you gonna get this?
Oh, thank you.
Hello, it's me, Kevin, the Xmas dinosaur. I cannot say my own name. That's the holiday cheer that I'm bringing tonight. Do you like this? I don't know how long this is gonna last, so enjoy it while it lasts. Hello, how is everybody doing? Welcome to the GWARPod. This is gonna be a really fun show. It's gonna be a really good hang with one of my Green Jello bandmates and someone I have lots of questions for, and I have some premieres from me, and I have a big news for the show. Like, all the hits are coming tonight. It's gonna be a really great one. How is everybody doing? I want to shout out Bohab Caleb, help me grab one of these. Have you seen this? This is like, it's so great. It's definitely a piece of history. Go get it. GWAR turns 40. Holy shit, they are as old as I am. Supposedly, allegedly. All right, are we ready to do this show? Let's do this. We got Cyko Destructo on tonight. And we're going to talk about all things toilet paper and destruction. And I guess I'll ask him what his favorite, lifetime holiday movie is this year. Okay, let's do it. It's GWARPod. Where is my theme song? Here it is. GWARPod.
GWARPod comes from on GWARPod. 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 GWARPod.
Hell yeah.
What's up? What's up? Oh, did I
How we
mention?
doing? How we doing?
I gotta mention to everybody as well that today my new album is out, Quarantine Dream. This is it right here. This is Quarantine Dream, the new album by Kevin Vonesper, the third of the Quarantine trilogy.
Quarantine trilogy.
Yes, all this music I started at the same time at the beginning of the pandemic, basically, and it's finally all out in 3 separate albums. You could get it now on Bandcamp. You could either listen to it for free, or if you want to be, support local art. Yes, see, he's got the final boss, which is part 2. And as you can see, I've continued the tradition of hand drawing every cover.
Hand-drawn album covers?
I mean, who does that? People who have no budget to actually get real CDs. But isn't that even better? That's why you should support me. I think this is the best one. I don't know why. It just it so happens all the songs that lined up for this album were fucking awesome. And Jane Jensen from Tromeo and Juliet does a duet with me on here. And and there's a Kevin the Dinosaur side adventure with Slim Jelly, so that's on there as well. And maybe maybe I might even premiere a music video for that on this show tonight, because you're in it, actually. Surprise!
Oh shit!
I told you. Surprise!
I didn't sign off on that. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, well, I learned from being in this band with you that we don't ask for permission.
No.
I learned from.
We don't even beg for forgiveness.
I learned from the worst.
Right.
Okay, where do I even start with you?
It's better to duck them when they're mad than to ask for permission.
Yeah, well, we're doing this virtually because I can easily dodge your saw blades or whatever you got over there.
Pretty good.
This is the new album. There it is. That's my favorite cover. That's why it's the title. Okay, let's start here. You played a show last night with your band Gwell-O. How did that go?
Oh, it was a good time. We always love playing the Frostbite Christmas party. My buddy Victor Forrest in a Christmas-themed punk band called Frostbite, and it's become something of a tradition each year to, get together with those guys and celebrate the season.
What's the concept of his Christmas band?
He does Christmas-themed parody covers, like he did Sleigh Ride, Take It Easy. We went up on stage with him for Decking the Halls, a parody of Breaking the Law.
Through you.
Yeah.
Okay. And did Gwell-O play any holiday tunes, or did you do anything special?
We did one special holiday song.
Yeah.
We played Down with the Christmas.
Ah, nice. That's funny.
It's time to get up. Come on, get down with the Christmas.
That's right. Yes. So okay.
I never thought I would be playing Disturbed songs, but
but
my guitar player Chris Doig there, he came up with this idea around last year, and we've been sort of sitting on it.
Here, I could do this now since you mentioned him. I wanted to shout Chris out. He gave me his album in Pogs. Which
That's
is
amazing.
a crazy little idea. Like, I got my hand-drawn covers. This dude put out an album on Pogs, and there's QR codes for each song on the bottom. That's
Yeah, I think he came up with that idea with a former member was still in. Carrie Cummings used to be in his band Doigenstein, and Carrie Cummings was actually one of the original members of Gwell-O before it was ever active.
Okay, before it was active. See, okay, I got so many questions, but wait, I got to do a little show and tell.
Do the thing.
Well, just because it goes with the Pogs, I got to show you my original green jelly Pogs that came with a version of 333. Have you seen these?
I don't have any green jelly Pogs.
Green
That's
jelly
awesome.
Pogs, yeah. And here's the
I
slam.
have some Pogs.
These are the only Pogs that I have, except for the Doig ones now.
It's pronounced Doig, actually.
Doig.
Yeah, with a hard G.
Yeah.
Kind of like Gwar.
Yes.
I got this holographic spiral slammer.
Pogs enclosed. What a cool
Pogs enclosed.
Yeah, 333 from 1994 or whatever. That's a collection.
I got a 90s slammer. It's not green jello. It's the Hammer Slammer.
Wow, you like just had them handy too? See, I never got any magic cards. I'm like so against the grain, man.
I dabbled in Magic for a brief time in high school, but I quickly gave up because I was riding my bike home from school and all my cards fell out of my pocket.
Damn. Well, that sucks.
Kind of put I wasn't super into it. I was just sort of getting into Magic with like a buddy of mine, and then once I lost the deck, that was pretty much it for me. It's just like I'm not invested in this anymore.
Yeah, those could get kind of expensive, right? Those hobbies.
Yeah.
Do you think people still collect Pogs? Do you think there's like a Pog like sub community out there that are like, yeah?
There has to be.
There's got to be.
I found a sub community for Fisher Price Constructs. So,
what's that?
Like, it's like a building system from the 80s that was like akin to, but not compatible with Lego. I might have a piece of Constructs here. These little like beams, and then they had these like square blue knots.
That seems vaguely familiar.
They had these like thruster pieces. I don't have any of the most identifiable parts.
Okay.
On my desk in front of me, but
people love their toys. I sold most of, like half of my collection. I still have my He-Mans and my Star Wars. Those are like what I'm keeping more closer to my my history, but I had to sell all my GI Joes, which was heartbreaking. And I like separated.
I used to collect Cobras for a while.
Yeah, that's cool. I had like separated all the weapons out. Like they haven't been like grouped together since probably 1987 or whatever.
Right.
It's like it was crazy to go through all those websites, and then you could just match every little piece of weaponry and piece of plastic to every Yeah, I sold all that stuff.
How long ago did you sell them off?
Probably during the pandemic.
During the pandemic, that was the time to move because everybody was buying toys. Then they were stuck in homes, looking at their incomplete collections, and they're like, "I'm going to use my Trump bucks to finish off this Street Sharks line or whatever."
Yeah. I think I spent that money on hiring Brian Viglione to play on my first record. Welcome to my pity party from the Dresden Dolls.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's a good time. It was worth it. So go buy my CDs. Well, actually, you can just get the new one now, but buy it digitally or whatever you do these days. All right, let's talk about
available on all platforms.
You, Cyko Destructo. Is this
okay?
Cyko Destructo?
Yes, that's one of the earlier versions.
Tell me
I would call that like 1.5 or 2.0, depending on how you look at it.
Yeah, I might be a little out of order in my slideshow, but we'll piece it together like Legos.
That's great. That photo was taken by a buddy of mine, Wayne Gatchell, who I met when I went to AI New England. But he actually just lived in the next town.
Is it
AI was the
artificial
Arts Institute in
intelligence?
New England.
Oh,
No, Arts Institute.
I was like, you did this.
It's another one of these scammy chain colleges that, like, you know how we were all victims of predatory lending.
Right. Yeah. that's why you have that axe.
Yeah.
You're gonna stop the prices down.
It's time to pay the piper.
Yeah. So what came what came first? The character, the band, the Warriors thing? Like, what's the origin of this whole story?
I mean, technically the character came first, and it was made as like sort of a byproduct. Like I'd like to say I started like wearing it actively in like 2004, 2005.
Okay.
But I had like
20 years
tinkered with
ago.
duct tape. Yeah, it's been a long time. It'll be like 19. I think we're in the 19th year. This will be the 20th as we enter 2025, if I'm have my memory served. But like I would, I played the Beavis and Butthead game. I had like lofty high school fantasies about like being my own Gwar character and stuff, and I would make like little costume elements, but it never really went that far. And then I saw the Gwars on the old Sounds of the Underground tour in 2004, and I'd never seen him in like an arena capacity like that.
Right.
I got really stoked up on it, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get this Gwar thing up and running. I'm gonna do a march on downtown Salem. Bag full of pogs.
Oh, nice.
Sorry, just out of the corner of my eye. So I got all hot to trot on that, and I'm on my way to, like, I'm trying to like drag my mall rat buddies and like the dirt bags I hung out with. I'm trying to get them to join up, and I'm on my way to. I was in ITT Tech at the time, and my friends and I used to carpool, and my buddy's like, "Hey, I hear American Idol's coming to Boston in August. I'm gonna go try and get on the Reject episode." And because I was all hot to trot on this Gwar project, I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go down there and duct tape Gwar armor." And dude's like, "No, you won't." And like, it's kind of like the challenge. And honestly, if it hadn't been for him, I probably would have just forgotten about it. But he like remembered and arranged a ride, and we drove. And I actually finished the costume in a tent the night before the American Idol audition.
Wow.
Finished. It's like, I suppose it's never finished, right?
Yeah. Well, then I'll get into that later as we see the evolution. Right.
But yeah, so it started out as a character or a crew where I was going to do, a group of people. Salem on Halloween, it's big for costumes and stuff. I had got sick of like the standardization of it. I went down there the year before that in like a trench coat and a cowboy hat and a skull mask, like a $5 costume and my regular clothes and a cowboy hat. And I had all these people like taking photos of me, and I'm like, this is like not even a costume.
Yeah, right.
Let's show these guys a costume. And then we had a crew. I got, the first year I had like 12 or 13 people, like in various forms. Some of them were like simple, like stormtroopers or whatever, but we all made these duct tape, like Gwar inspired costumes. I was really the only super diehard Gwar fan of the group.
Is this sort of like a
what was that?
Is this sort of the representation of that right here?
I don't see it.
You don't see it. You don't.
I just see the GWARPod logo.
That's it.
Yeah.
What you're looking at. Oh my God, you can't.
That's a good representation of what it was the year before.
Oh,
no, I see the spinning. I see the spinning ball. It's loading.
Oh, okay. You're on a delay, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It's like a silver. It's silver. The first mask was lacked detail. It didn't have prongs on the mohawk.
Yeah, you definitely
the mohawk prongs. Actually, the way a lot of the visual cues. After the first year, I met Gwar at Rock and Shock, and then the following year, Matt McGuire would give me a drawing of my character, and I would like take some of the verbal or the visual cues rather from Matt McGuire's drawing and implement them into the costume. So the older Gwell-O shirt with the red Cyko Destructo, that's Matt McGuire's drawing. It's just it had been colored by Tim Allison, who was the guy who did the Immortal Corruptor patches when Brocky died.
Yeah. Wait, is that this?
Yeah, he's that one. Yeah, so McGuire drew that, and then Tim Allison.
Hey.
Yeah.
Past guest on the show,
And
guys. Go watch my show with Matt. It was great.
Phenomenal guy, dude. Love me some Matt McGuire.
So that was going to be one of my questions. Like, does GWAR know about your projects, and like, what do they think about it? And here's sort of the answer.
They know about it.
Yeah.
What they think about it is, one could only assume, but they've definitely like been supportive of me throughout. Like, I honestly, like, I haven't really ran it past them in the more recent years. When we were first like becoming active, I was definitely like cramming it down their throat, and then I'm like, okay, they know us now. Let's take it easy. I don't have to like sneak up on Scott Krall in a hoodie and an army jacket like a weirdo and hand him a CD in an alleyway like I did.
I want Scott Krall on this show, guys. If anyone could get me in touch with Scott Krall, that would be amazing. I met him a long time ago, but
yeah,
way before this virtual.
I mean, my closest meeting with him mostly was just accosting him in the alleyway outside of the Palladium and giving him a CD in my hoodie, like, first one's free, dog. First one's free. And
well, actually, you know where I met him was at
I have to make a bit out of it.
The original MF Gallery when it was in Manhattan.
Right.
And Dave Brocky had a whole exhibition there, and
I remember that.
I was at the.
I didn't go to the first one. I went to the one after he died, the memorial service.
Right. Yes, and I have a picture of that because that's where I think I met you in person for the first time.
I think so too.
Right. Well, there it is. Hold on, I got it right here.
That's where I became close with good old Humongous. Oh yeah. Look at that.
So that must have been what, 2015 or so?
Yeah, 2014, 2015. It was shortly after Brocky had passed, and I remember because I was broke back then, and I really scrounged to get like money to go to that.
Yeah, because you're
like
not.
I remember like selling.
I lived in.
CDs
I
and,
just
like,
took the subway or whatever, you know.
Right. I need to just come up with the scratch for gas and stuff.
Yeah. Did you have any art in that show? I forget.
No, not outside of my costume.
Right.
I came as an exhibit.
I'm like trying to think back 10 years ago. Like, how did you know who I was? Had we?
I don't think I did.
Interacted? Oh, okay. Then why did we
I think we just took a photo together.
Okay.
I don't know. Because everybody takes photos.
Then.
I think you just saw an interesting costume.
Maybe.
And was like, I got to get a picture with this guy. That's what happens.
Yeah, that's so funny.
That's happened to me. Like I'll be outside of a show, like waiting in line and talking about it, and the armor and stuff will come up, and then some guy will be like, "Holy shit, I met you in Papa Ba, and I have a photo." And he pulls up his phone. Or one guy, this Undertaker looking guy who I saw at every concert I went to, that happened with, and he pulled up an actual photo album that he was carrying with him, and I was like, "This is bizarre."
He can't wait.
Why are you bringing that into the Palladium?
Yeah, that is pretty weird. Let me catch up on some of these comments here. Thank you. Yes, there's more where that came from. Hello, Brendan the Great is here. Thank you. You like my hat? Thank you. It's my hat over my dinosaur right here, which is another thing we got to talk about later. Humongous is here with us. What's up? What's up?
Humongous, that's my boy.
Yes. Hello. Katie is here. We played the.
Hope the show went well tonight. The Kiss My Assmas show there, Byron. Humongous, rather, not Byron. Hopefully you've
right
throttled your human slave back into the corner.
Wait. So Mike Bishop saw you play?
Mike Bishop saw me play.
Can you?
Bishop came by he was at the we did a show where we piggybacked onto the Barbecue. We played the hotel banquet hall
Really?
at the Clarion.
That's awesome.
Yeah, John Sparks kind of masterminded this one, and he rented out the banquet hall. We got some like lights and stuff, and it was nuts because like people at if you've ever been at the barbecue, people are like, oh, I don't know about going to the barbecue, or and we were just right there at the Clarion where like all the people who didn't want to spend money on a hotel were staying.
Right.
The cheapest hotel option that I'm pretty sure is a parking lot now.
That's the crowd. I'm due for my like pilgrimage to Richmond. I've never really been there. I played there once with Green Jello on tour, but like I didn't really get to hang out.
Yeah. I mean the Guar Bar is a good spot, you know, like, and when there's like and when they have like the barbecue and stuff going on and stuff, it's really kind of cool. I don't really know what else of it there is to really draw you into Richmond.
No, nothing.
Like I know they have the stuff.
I just want to see the milk bottle and I want to see the Guar Bar.
The milk bottle, yeah.
I'd love to see the Slave Pit if they're in town, you know, if I can get access.
I was on a road trip with my mom when I was, I think, like, I was still pretty young, I like high school age or something. We were going to, she was bringing me to my father's house, and like I was this is before MapQuest and like cell phones, and I was like navigating, so I like secretly like diverted us towards Richmond, and then we ended up staying in a hotel there. And then in the morning I was like, well, we got to try and find the Slave Pit.
Yeah.
And like eventually my mom like went along with it, and like I looked up the address in the phone book, and it brought me to some like residential neighborhood. And I was like, all right, well, this isn't working. It turns out, from what I was told, that I was like driving around in front of Brad's mom's house looking for, because that was the address that was listed in the phone book.
That's great.
But I didn't see Brad's mom. Nobody, like, we just gave up and left. But
right on. Yeah, I know.
That was me as like a little mutant Guar fan.
Right. So yeah, actually, wait, what is Humongous saying? So there was a Mexican wedding, a Jehovah's Witness group, and a bunch of guys. Wow. So that was like the audience for your show there?
Yes and no. Like the Mexican wedding was next door, and we're playing, and then after we're like done, we open up the big bay doors, and there's like a horseshoe of these Mexican wedding attendees like peering in through the doorway, just
I mean, you weren't the wedding band?
No, but I would love to be. As a matter of fact, that's kind of what I like to do with Gwell-O, that more so than like playing shows where it's like, come tonight and see Gwell-O. I want to be like that Star Wars cantina band that's just there in the weird bar that you didn't think you were going to end up in that night.
Right. Yeah, that's great. I'd love that. I've actually never.
I love Gwell-O out of context.
Right. No, that's probably the best way to do it. Like, yeah, that was another question I was gonna ask you, was like, when you play shows as Gwell-O, independent of any related bands, do people understand what you're doing?
Very rarely.
Yeah, like people like really confused.
Yeah, it's a lot of times. Yeah, like we did one show where we played with all rap artists. It was all hip hop. And like, I don't know, because I'm like friends with some of these like Juggalo rappers and like from the scene and whatever. I don't even remember if that was it. I think it was just we got booked on my buddy Fury, who does hip hop shows. So anyway, it's all rappers and us, and we're like playing it like towards the end somehow. So people are there and they're waiting for the acts that they're waiting for, and then we go up for 45 minutes and everybody's just absolutely confused. Like from the sound guy to the audience. The sound guy wasn't prepared for this. He brought
instruments,
like an 1/8-inch cable.
Right.
And he was like, we're good, right?
Where's your tracks, bro?
So we're like, hey, how many mics can you get? Like,
yeah.
Like plenty.
How
for a drum set?
Right.
So, but then we played and they're all fucking confused. And everybody's just like staring at us like, what the hell's going on? And then we hit him with You Can't Touch This by MC Hammer.
Ooh.
And we won them all over in the last song.
Nice.
Like we had the whole like the extra audience, the people dancing, not the audience, my auxiliary costume people that were in the band back then. Like I
Doing
taught
that,
everybody how to
that
do a
dance,
simple 2-step.
right?
Yeah. And because
So-
like, dude, you can't just play Hammer Time and kind of fucking do okay. Like you have to really go for it to be funny.
Yeah. So were you gonna play that anyways, or did you prepare that because it was a
Yeah, when we realized that we were playing a show with all rappers, we're like, what better way to fit in than by belittling the entire thing?
That's great.
So we're gonna play "You Can't Touch This" by MC Hammer in full, every verse, extended dance break, fucking, and we're not gonna stop. And we did it, and then they all went from like, what the hell, to like there was people up on stage dancing with us. Everybody's going nuts. Like I've never seen a turnaround like that. Like we won them all over at once.
Wow, MC Hammer.
That's crazy. And I consider that to be like the peak of Gwell-O.
Right.
Like that's what I'm trying to do. That's like
what? So what?
It's like the.
Yeah.
No, go ahead. I'll just keep rambling.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that's fine. That's what we're gonna do. We didn't even start playing any videos yet. It's crazy, guys. We have some surprises for you. So like I just want to keep establishing the history before we just blow up the future.
Yeah. I got plenty of history, and honestly, like I love the chance to talk about it with somebody who's asking me, rather than being like that guy at the bar who's just annoying the one dude who's there with my stories.
Audience, yes. What is the difference between the Warriors and Gwell-O, and which came first?
The Warriors came first. The Warriors came first, and Gwell-O is essentially like a band of Warriors.
Right. Okay.
So like, the difference is the Warriors didn't have instruments. Like we would go to, sometimes with the Warriors, we would go to karaoke bars and like just cause a scene there and do songs. Like sometimes Gwar songs, I'd like, very rarely would they have Gwar songs on the thing, but I'd bring like a CD with me or something. But sometimes we would just do like karaoke songs in our costumes. And I loved it the most when it was not October. Like any month but October is like my favorite, because it's like, you don't see, outside of like Raiders games, you don't see this shit.
Yeah. I have a funny karaoke story that's relevant to this conversation.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Sometimes they do have
relevant beyond the fact that it's karaoke.
Yes, beyond the fact that it's karaoke.
I have a karaoke story that's relevant.
Okay, do you want to go first?
We were.
I mean,
it's a Bill karaoke story. There's a few of them. You go first.
All right. Well,
yours is already loaded.
Yeah. Let's go. In
the chamber.
First of all, I hate karaoke, and I always pick songs that nobody else knows that are way too long. And
yes,
it must have been like early to mid 2008, and I was at some birthday party or whatever doing karaoke in a room, and they had Three Little Pigs, so I had to do it. And of course, nobody knew what it was, and all the words were wrong, and I thought it was really funny, even though it was embarrassing and stupid. And that night is when Curt from the Chicken Heads called me to ask me to join the band and go on tour with Green Jello.
That's awesome.
Yes, and I was recently unemployed.
I can see why why you remember that well.
Yeah, I mean,
Sorry.
What kismet? Like you're singing the band song and then they call you to join the band. Like what? That's fucking
you manifested it, bro.
Yo, it's true, man. You gotta dream.
You made it happen.
Those are what my albums are about. These are all. This is my vision board for the future right here.
And that's kind of how my Cyko Destructo persona is, like, in my eyes, meant to be read. It's like, you can be a robot overlord. It's not that hard. You can just
with duct tape
be that
and foam. You can do anything.
My first shoulder pads were made out of a backpack.
That's a good idea. See, you're
Backpack,
intuitive
some
like
duct
that.
tape, some carpet pad.
Yeah. Huh.
I think
See,
it might. I don't know. It's because my dad was a junk hoarder, and I grew up playing with Lego. So I like at a young age realized that like everything is just different forms of matter.
Right.
So you can shape matter into a thing. Like, yeah, it's not going to be a functional spike, but I don't want it to be that because it'll kill somebody as I'm walking around. Which, as funny as that would be, probably going to be more trouble than it's worth. Juice not really worth the squeeze on that one, you know.
And it's probably a little too heavy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like all those
Even the
spikes.
carpet pad. I'll tell you,
Yeah.
that first costume, I didn't know what I was doing. And it was the heaviest thing ever. It was stupidly heavy. And I thought, oh, yeah, man, it's tough. I'm going to be tough. It's cool. Yeah, wear it for 2 hours, 3 hours. Yeah, that one. Even that one. Like, that was the first costume, except for I had changed it drastically. No, this is almost 2.0 because this has actual shoulder pads in it. The first one, the one I wore to American Idol, is the one that was really bad. Yeah, see, these were taken by my buddy Gabe, and this was actually only like 10, 11 years ago. I wore the silver version pretty much until Gwell-O got up and running, and then it quickly went from like red to yellow and stuff, and I did the black mourning version for the funeral, the Viking funeral.
Yes, we got that's coming. That's coming. Don't worry. It's all in the slideshow.
Sorry for the spoilers. Shout out to my buddy Perkins, Alpha Cure Mom in the chat, dude. I fucking miss you, dog. He was an integral part to the beginning of Gwell-O. And you know what? He predates Gwell-O and was a warrior before we got up and running. Then again, Gwell-O, I'd started Gwell-O kinda, but it like never had legs. You know, like I did a CD in my buddy's kitchen with like my other musician buddies, but we never did a show. We had some like artwork and like 3 tracks.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, Blood Piss Toilet Boom, our first demo.
Nice. What's on here?
It's got the classic 3. It's got the Warrior Anthem, Fucking Metal, and Rampage. Not necessarily in that order.
Right. So actually, I have.
And I did the same thing you did. Like I did the hand-drawn CD, like CD art.
Hell yeah, that's the way to do it.
I would like.
Wait,
yeah. I printed them up on my laptop in my mom's dining room.
Hell yeah.
And I fucking sat there drawing on the burned CDs.
Nice. Well, I have a surprise, but I want to hear your karaoke story first, so I don't forget about it.
Okay. I'm pretty sure Bill and I were like dicking around getting pizza, and outside of the Hobart, Indiana show on this last tour, and we're sitting there having our pizza, complaining about how bad the soda is, and then this karaoke guy sets up over there, and Bill just starts giving me that look. And I know what's about to happen because it happens every time he sees the word karaoke go. And he goes up and he has me film it. And he's like, I can't do it. I need the band to follow me. And I'm trying to like give him the metronome with my arm because he's just dragging.
What is he singing?
3 Little Pigs.
Oh, he did 3 Little Pigs. He did his own song at karaoke.
That's the only song you'll ever see him do.
That's well, he can't keep beat with the drummer either. Just spoiler alert.
Listen, Bill's got talents outside of rhythm, okay?
Absolutely, he does. I'm not knocking on Bill at all. He's very talented. I'm happy to be part of his band, which is older than me. And it's so, but that's one of my favorite parts of Green Jello shows is like, you know, in those breakdown sections, just like hanging out in the back and watching Chris and like how, I mean, MC Equation, the drummer.
I was there for when Chris joined.
Really?
I was there. I was in LA when Chris joined the fucking band. He was doing sound for the show, and he was setting up all the goddamn wires and shit. He somehow had sheet music for the Green Jello, and I'm like, you should probably just throw that away. I don't know where you got it. Like, don't just throw it away because it's rare, but like, that's not going to be of any use to you.
Right.
And then at one point during the practices, I was like, guys, what Bill's trying to say is like he's not really gonna hit the post, as they say. Like we gotta play to him.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, and that's something you got to learn from the show. And every time he comes in on the wrong beat, I look over at Chris and he's like, that's one of my favorite things. But he starts the beat and like follows him. He's learned
But
how
if
to
you ever look, Mandry is fucking dialed in on Bill.
Oh yeah.
Like
Yeah,
when he's playing, he's just like,
it's incredible.
like-
Yeah. It's like and amidst all these flying like inflatables and pool noodles and all this junk.
yeah. He's got this like Nightmare
people
Before
on
Christmas arch just collapsing around him, and he's like,
Yeah. That's the thing about green Jello. It's like it's a fluke when it's actually good, but Chris is like,
Right.
he's a total professional.
no, he changed the game in this band, dude. I'm saying.
Okay, you ready for my surprise?
Yeah.
So somebody, I acquired this from a recent past guest who gifted it to me, and I have now a Gwell-O CD.
The fucking metal mixtape.
But look, there's no drawing on my CD, so I'm a little bit disappointed.
Because that's not Blood Piss Toilet Boom.
Right.
I
So
didn't
what's
do that with
this
those
one?
ones because
This
I
was
made more of them.
also pretty low budget, but tell me about this CD.
We recorded that about a mile from where I am right now in my buddy's basement with my buddy Patrick Lux. Pat went to school and was buddies with Bobby from Death.
Okay.
Like they used to play guitar on the school bus together.
Wow.
But he had like a home studio, and we knew the Barbecue was coming up. I didn't have any like recorded material. We'd been doing like live shows, and we tried to like bang it out. I think we had like a 2-week or 3-week deadline on that shit. And yeah, we just crammed out all the songs that we were doing at the time. And I actually had a plan for a follow-up to that with like the other songs that we did, like the more Green Jello stuff and a whole second version, but it never got around to it. And like me and the guys kind of came to like, yeah, why are we gonna bother recording the covers? It's kind of pointless, you know. But I don't know, just never came to be.
Yes,
Yeah, we did start recording. We actually have like just about 6 songs that are fully recorded, that are new, that are our songs. I just haven't released them because I'm hung up on 2 little details, one in each batch of songs.
Yeah, man.
I don't know
get
how
them right, you know, get you. It's
yeah, like I want to
release
redo the gang vocals for one, and I want to get an intro from Bill on one of the songs. But I need to like cut the intro that I have in my head like down to like a reasonable amount because Bill's cadence is sort of extended. You know, he doesn't have like a rapid fire kind of cadence. He has a drawn cadence, if that makes sense.
Yes, it does. And that's, you could do
So
what I
it's
did.
like I don't want the intro to be twice as long as the song.
Right. Yeah, I hear that. Well, you could just make the intro a separate track, though.
It's true.
You know, and that
I probably will end up doing
better for the Spotify algorithm, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't even think about Spotify because you know what? My music is so exclusive that you can only hear it if you hang out with me.
Well, I haven't even heard it. Well, actually, I've heard one song. Actually,
yeah, when we're hanging out, bro.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, we kind of hang out more often than
we hang out at the Green Jello shows. Yeah. I've definitely force listened my songs to the Green Jello crew, most of them anyway.
Let's see. What am I looking for? Here, let's talk over this. You can tell me about this.
Yeah.
This is one of the new songs, right? This is like the future of Gwell-O.
Yeah, Sharknado. Yeah, we wanted a nice fucking upbeat kind of fun song, even though that's all of them.
Yeah.
And this was filmed at the Sorry?
Is there going to be an album or what?
Yeah, I'm gonna do an album. I'm trying to decide like if I want to do a full album or like a 6-song or 7-song EP because I got like 1 or 2 more in the tank, but it's like do I want to delay it any further?
Well, are you gonna put all the classic Gwell-O songs on there too, the fucking metal and
Yeah,
stuff?
so we have new versions of the 3 from the fucking demo. And then we have 3 like brand new ones: Sharknado, Grand Prix, and another one that's escaping my mind right now.
That's okay.
Sharknado, Grand Prix. What's my other song?
I forget my song names all the time.
Dude, I'm just drawing a total blank. I can't remember what song it is at all. Like, do I even have another one? No, Rampage, fucking Metal and Warrior Anthem are like, we redid those, and then we have Sharknado, Grand Prix. It's pronounced Prix because that's funny. And then one other song, which I don't know. I'm brain farting right now.
It's called Brain Fart?
No, but that's a good idea,
right?
I bet there's a song called Brain Fart already, though.
Yeah, probably.
Fucking. What is my other song, guys?
Someone in the chat, Jamie.
Oh, Rock'em Sock'em. Rock'em fucking Sock'em Robots.
There you go.
Man, I can't believe it took me that long to get that one, because that's the oldest of our new songs.
How many people have been in your band? Like, I don't know. Has there been a consistency at all? Well, I guess Chris, right?
Honestly, yes. The most consistent member of the band has been Chris Doig. And basically we didn't really get off the ground until he joined. And like Terry Cummings, who was like the original guitar player and drummer. This is why it never worked for shows.
Right.
But he kind of came and went. I had another buddy, Corey Curtin, who like he was an OG Warrior, and then he kind of came and went out of the band. Joe Z, the drummer, Lord Grimslaughter, he's been with me like 10 years now. Like, been solid since he joined. Before him, it was Jorborg, my friend Jordan. There haven't been that many Gwell-O members. Like, it's nothing like Green Jello. Let's see.
Right.
Jimmy, Kerry, me, original lineup. Then we had me. I already counted me. So we had Cheech.
Oh, this is high math.
Fucking Doig. Cheech, Doig. Was Mark Zero ever in this band? No, he was in the Green Jello franchise. It gets muddy because
so
basically the Green Jello franchise band is what sort of facilitated Gwell-O to get off the ground. I had conceptualized it before, but then Bill asked me to like be a franchise band. But my band at the time was like a horror punk party band, and it wasn't gonna be the franchise band. So I pulled local guys and got it up and running, which would become Gwell-O, but not all of them, if that makes sense. Most of them in various capacities would go on to play in Gwell-O or do something in Gwell-O based on their skill set. Because like,
so the
you don't have to be a musician. Yeah, the franchise band played first, but the reason I got asked to do the franchise band was because because Gwell-O existed in the digital world.
Right, like theoretically.
And Bill saw me doing that, and he's like, you guys should play for us. And I'm like, the thing about us guys is it's really just me and one other dude, and we can't, like, we can't actually play live because he does most of the instruments. This was like before I really knew how to play. Like, I was still very much coming up.
That's funny.
I still, like, have a lot to learn.
Well, good thing you don't need that to be in Green Jello.
I know, but I thought I did.
Right.
Don't you remember when you first joined and you're like, did that ever happen to you? Did you like take it really like way too seriously in the beginning?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we knew
You're
all
like
the songs.
practicing along with the CD.
We brought Bill to a practice, and he was like, "Practice? What? What's that?"
I remember we were doing a Twisted show with Bill in Rhode Island with as Gwell-O, and it was like kind of a bigger deal or something. And he's like, "Oh man, maybe we should get a fucking get a practice going." And I was like, "Oh, fucking Captain California, 8 years in, wants to do a fucking practice."
Yo, what's great is I actually have a recording of like him coming in and singing all the songs with us at a rehearsal.
That's awesome.
And like
That's fucking
that's a lot of
classic.
songs that
Cherish
he
that
usually
shit.
didn't sing either, like Fight and Orange Crunch and like all these songs. He was the only
I got my
person with.
Bill Manspeaker action figure right here.
Oh yeah, let's see. Oh wow. What the heck? Yeah.
Now he's a fish.
That's good. Is that Bill versus Fish?
Bill versus Fish, dude.
Yeah.
Bill is clearly team Fish. He is definitely not a fence sitter. Dude, we had Asian Bill Manspeaker at our show last night.
What?
Look out for my buddy's video from Dirt the Sixth to drop whenever the fuck he drops it. But last night, in attendance at our show, Salem, Massachusetts, we had the Asian Bill Manspeaker. So,
okay, I
keep
don't
your
know
eye
what
out for
it
that.
means, but I will check it out.
It means exactly what it sounds like it means.
So, okay, I have another surprise for you. But let me tee it up a little bit. Because you mentioned becoming a franchise band, and I think you became a franchise band because mine sort of ceased to exist. I was the first New York City
that's the
franchise
case too.
band, and
I've been looking at the timeline.
Yeah, eventually nobody wanted to do it with me anymore because Bill would like not show up to shows and stuff.
Oh, that happened to you too?
Oh yeah, right. So that's exactly what's teeing up my story here. We played a great show at this place called the Paper Box in Brooklyn, which is now the Brooklyn Monarch, I think. Anyways, that's a local reference. And then a week later, well, I found out that he had booked another show a week later that he announced that night, and I'm like, really? Okay. Cool. And it was literally at this tiny place walking distance from my apartment, right? So Bill stayed on my couch for a week in preparation.
Oh my God.
Not in preparation for the show, but just so he didn't have to leave New York.
No.
He left the night before to go do like another franchise show, like maybe in Connecticut or some other area.
I think we were playing that.
Were you?
I think so. That's the one he didn't make it to, right?
He missed that show for some reason, and then
yeah, that was me. That was when all my band quit.
So yes, this is a great story. Okay, so he left my apartment to go play your show. Go. What's your story?
We had this show in fucking Connecticut. It was on the day of the apocalypse, fucking December 21st, 2012.
Okay, that
it was
sounds
actually
right. Yeah.
It was actually fucking 12 years ago yesterday.
And so our show at the Paper Box was a week before that. Yeah.
Right. And I got all my local guys who, to be honest, like we weren't the perfect green Jello by any stretch.
Right.
But we all fucking saddled up. I had Bob Prouty, Mark Zero, and the gang. And like we got there and we were there, and then fucking Bill just kept saying he was in traffic. He was trying, and he didn't make it in time. And then like the two of the franchise bands were members, Mark Zero and Sage, were in this band called Necrophiliac Meat Circus. So they went up and played a couple of their songs. And then me and my buddy came out in our costumes and just kind of like it was awful.
Yeah.
And and then because like I was like, dude, let's try to play something that they're gonna recognize. And then Mark and the dude wouldn't hear about it. They're just like, nah, we're gonna play. Here's what we will do.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, whatever. Who gives a shit? This is like this is stupid. And then the whole time back, like everybody was so pissed. And like I was only in the car with a couple of them, but like one of my dudes just kept being like, man, fuck fuck Bill Man speaker
Yeah,
every
yeah, yeah,
like,
there's a
couple
lot
of
of that.
minutes, and I'm
Yeah.
like, come on, he didn't make it.
Yeah. Yeah. So then the show he was coming back for the next night across the street from my apartment, he didn't make that either. And that's when all my band members quit. Essentially. Well,
So
actually,
in one weekend.
yeah, and then actually, the promoter from that venue a couple months later saw me at a bar or whatever, and he was like, "Hey, so it's awesome that you guys rescheduled that show." And I'm like, "We did?" It's like, "Hey, Bill, did you schedule us a show and not tell me?" He's like, "Oh yeah, we're playing that bar again." It's like, okay. So I got my band ready for that one, I guess. And
Did you have to find new people, or did you did they come around?
I think there might have been one new person.
Okay.
And then I think maybe we had an extra guitar player not come, but he was not local anyways, so I don't remember exactly. But
yeah, because in my case, Mark and the drummer ended up coming back, but then he ended up bringing Doig along and another guitar player named Chris. But Chris Lee only came to like 1 or 2 practices and then this sort of fell off. But Doig has been with it ever since. And like when I tried to approach the guy Mark about doing Gwell-O as an extension of the franchise band, he no-sold me and basically didn't even respond and just moved on with the green Jello practice. But Doig was like, "Yeah, man, that sounds cool." And Doig's been with me ever since, dude. The kid's a trooper.
I'm gonna circle back to that in a second. I just need to finish saying that.
Sorry, I have
no, it's great. No, I like this is a great conversation. The show he rescheduled for us, he showed up like 5 hours late too or something, and by that time we had started playing the show without him doing Green Jello.
I did one of those in Albany.
Yeah, and he showed up and he's just like, you know, walking in like this with like, "Okay, give us 15 minutes, we'll get the puppet heads," you know, and it's like, "You guys, why don't you start playing some songs?" We played like 5 or 6 songs already. Like,
yeah, we've actually exhausted all of our material.
Yeah, so yeah, that was the last New York City franchise band. Which finally brings
I remember because we ended up doing a bunch of New York shows after that.
Yes, you did. One at including one in the winter again at a place called The Place.
The Place. I didn't remember it was called The Place.
And if anyone had asked me before you booked that whether you should have done that, I would have said no. But I was not consulted. So that's my story. Guess what? Here, I'm just gonna start playing it and then we'll talk over it. Are you ready for this? I haven't really pre-screened it. Yeah, right.
As he crowded, so they called night fast as they could. Yo, Wolfface.
Yeah, that was my girlfriend at the time.
Look at these puppet heads. Those pigs are sick.
I know. Whose are those? Those aren't yours?
No.
So, I showed up to see Green Jello.
Oh, we didn't even have costumes on. Yeah, because I just wanted to practice.
Oh, that's my friend Dan Perico, the other photographer.
I didn't realize we did this out in plain clothes. I thought we suited up.
No, you guys were lazy.
Yeah,
I remember.
Dude,
Yeah. Go ahead. You tell your story, then I'll tell my story.
He stayed at the hotel room, dog, and I'm like, bro, were you at the last 2 shows? They were bad. Like, we need to practice. I'm like, they're gonna let us set our instruments up and play, dude. We should take the fucking opportunity.
Dude.
And that's what we did. I didn't actually
costumes.
think about the fucking audience members that were there.
Yeah, so I showed up and it was like my first green Jello show since being in the band that I didn't have anything to, I was not involved in anyway.
Right.
And I'm like texting Bill, like, "Hey man, where are you?" He's like, "Hey, come hang out with me in Times Square." I'm like, "Times Square? I'm at your fucking show in ass end of Brooklyn, and it's fucking cold and it's snowing out. Like, I'm not going to
Yeah, that
Times
was rough.
Square." I'm like, "I'm watching your band right now." And I remember you had all the costumes lined up on the wall, and I just started putting them on people because I know how it goes. And I didn't even know you at the time. I thought you were probably going to be mad at me or something.
Nah.
We didn't talk or anything, I don't think. We just happened to be there.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think you just like I fucking remember so little about that because my buddy Cliff Roth from the GWAR community there.
I
Yeah,
found a picture. Wait,
he came to that show, and I was like, dude, I got buddies coming out to this.
dude,
Like,
check it out.
I gotta go there. Yeah.
I didn't know Cliff at the time.
Shirt.
I found this today, and I was like, "Holy shit, Cliff, past guest on this show, Cliff Roth."
Yeah.
Yes, and he's holding up.
It's all interconnected.
Yes, and I had no idea I had met him before, but I took a picture of him back in whatever 2016. Yeah,
That was a good time hanging out.
And I was like,
Bill.
I was like watching you going, "Ha! It's not me this time. It happened to someone else, and now I get to laugh at them."
Yeah, yeah.
And that's why I like Green Jello better as it is now, because I have zero responsibility. I can just show up when I want to, and it's like I didn't set up the show, I didn't set up the band. It doesn't matter if I'm there or not, really. And nobody gets mad at me the next day.
Right. Yeah. Like everybody who I bring, like, you know, mostly just doing these days, like wants to do it, like would do it on their own, you know, like, and it's the great part. It's like, you don't have any expectations. You don't have any actual investment in it. Just like everything is good. I don't have to be in a certain place. That was why the whole tour was great. Because like I had the most ideal position.
The bus doesn't go anywhere, you know.
Right. I did the tour, and I didn't have to do the sound check. I didn't have to be anywhere at any specific time. I had the option to, and I got to do a lot of the coolest stuff. Like I got to sing my favorite songs. I got to shoot the audience with toilet paper, which is always satisfying.
Yeah, let's get into some of that. I got a bunch of video from this tour to play for people. What show do you want to see?
I don't know. You got the footage lined up.
Yeah. Well, I have some options from each show. I got Upstage, I got Terminus, I got Dingbats. Let's start with Upstage, because I think this is the most.
Yeah.
I'm very proud of this edit. I pulled together like 20 different sources. Go check it out on my
YouTube. You know the footage better than I do, so why don't you pick? Because I just don't know. I'm looking forward to seeing all of it.
We'll just talk over this. This was at
that looks good.
Yeah. This was like a professional camera guy and a bunch of GoPros I put up and people in the audience with cameras. It's pretty wild, dude.
Yeah, see, that was what I was saying. Like, I got to skip this whole intro section and just come out for like a secondary pop in the middle of the set. Because so you're not even in this. In doing these shows for so long, like the big intro section has a tendency to drag, and I hate just like standing there in my suit.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So are you not even in this song, right? Let me pick a different song then.
No, I don't come in until like, I usually came in around Serial Killer. I would skip the first two usually, because I wanted to get him to the point where he had already distributed the puppets before I came out, so I knew where they were.
I hate that part too, man.
There I was.
Yeah, so here we go. Carnage rules. So tell me about this leaf blower contraption.
It's just a simple Ryobi leaf blower with a paint roller on the end. I've been toying with the idea of dressing it up like something, but I just never got around to it.
Yeah.
And
This is pretty cool.
sorry, I'm distracted.
Yeah, by all means. I mean, it's very distracting what we do.
Yeah.
It's like this. I think this video really captures the chaos of it.
Yeah, 'cause that's what it feels like. It feels like flashes.
You got like 5 people singing. Look at Chris. Yeah, look, watch Chris. He's a fucking solid professional.
He's a machine, dude.
And people are falling all over his stuff, and you know, look at this. Dodging all sorts of debris. So this was the first world tour you did, right? Actually, let me. Okay, we kind of got into how you got into Green Jello. Literally, but how did you get into the bit, like the music when you were a kid? Like, what's your origin story? Or was it GWAR or Green Jello first?
That's kind of hard to gauge. I was like sneaking MTV as a kid. I got Die Hard into GWAR first.
Yeah.
But I saw Green Jello first, for sure. I remember it was like one of the first times I was watching MTV. I was like sneaking it as like a 9-year-old or something. And I will probably watch 25 music videos, but the fucking Green Jello Three Little Pigs like resonated with me because I had a point of reference. Like I could relate to the story of the Three Little Pigs. I saw what they were doing. It wasn't like avant-garde or weird. It was just simple, and it was like the bad kids Three Little Pigs. And honestly, for years, I thought that was like a construct of MTV, much like I thought GWAR was. Like when I first saw GWAR, first became totally aware of them, it was like an MTV news segment. And as a kid, I was like, they've just made this up. And then I just kept seeing them in places. I'm pretty sure I saw Odoritz on that Circuit City commercial first as a kid.
Yeah.
And I remember like watching commercials and seeing like, this, you know, the monster guy, the shape of the shoulder pad spikes, like like it stuck out to me. They look like Masters of the Universe, and I'm super into that.
Totally.
Squirrel with the sparks, yeah, dude. Those things are hot. It's like he'd spray his sparks at me. Like I have a bare midriff, goddammit. Although, like, you know what? I'm kind of being a wuss. He staples dollar bills to his ball bag and shit.
He's pretty nuts, yeah.
I can handle a couple sparks if homie's gonna staple a 20 to his nipple.
Yeah. Here. Oh wait. Let me. You know what? I think it's about time to catch up on the chat. Sorry guys, I've been ignoring you. So
I keep popping in over there. It's my buddies.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna catch up with them. Here's the continuation of this wedding story. I think 30 dudes pissing on the bathroom floor.
Yeah. It's real.
That's a crazy story. I was so fucking high at that rapper show. Yeah, Humongous. Is he like?
Oh no, that was a different rapper show.
Oh, that was a different one.
Yeah.
What does Humongous do with you guys?
He comes out, he sings songs, he does like skits and stuff. Sometimes he'll jump over a shark. He likes to jump the shark, literally. He's our resident shark jumper.
What have you expanded your like repertoire of Green Jello and GWAR songs, or have you been like weeding them out?
I've been kind of like playing less of them, if I'm honest, because like I have Green Jello for Green Jello, and I like playing the GWAR songs. I still pop in, you know, a couple of the old school ones here and there, but I've sort of just kind of been focusing on the original songs, and then like silly things to add into it. Like I like to cover songs from bands, like fictional bands sometimes. Like we used to do Degenerated from
I was gonna say the Lone
Rangers.
But you know that's a Reagan Youth song, right?
Right. I didn't know when we started playing it, but I knew once I started looking it up to cover it.
Yes.
And then we play I Need More Allowance from the Beats.
Okay,
Like
from
the beats from Doug.
that's what. Okay, I know someone who did a whole cover band doing Deeds songs.
About that? Oh, it's
Yeah.
awesome.
But I gotta just say, R.I.P. Paul Cripple from Reagan Youth. Our punk friend from New York recently passed away. Paul was an acquaintance of mine, and he wrote that song, I guess, or co-wrote that song. And again, like I knew it from
Wow.
that movie too. And then when my friend Tibby joined Reagan Youth like 10 or so
Yeah,
years
yeah.
ago, and I was like, so I'd start, hanging out with them, and then I was like, oh shit, I heard that song on their CD or whatever. I was like,
I don't actually know Tibby, but John Sparks, who booked that Clarion show, digitally introduced me to Tibby. So
okay.
I know her from her online presence.
Yeah, Tibby and I go back like 20 years. She was a guest on my show. If you want to hear all about it,
Yeah.
GWARPod. Yeah, I used to make music
I'll check
videos
it
with
out.
her, and she's on my Vonesper album, and like uh, her band
Yeah.
Gash at the time was like really
Mhm.
important to me, and I would film all their shows. Yeah, Tibby and I, like, she's great. And now she's in Leftover Crack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Small world, man.
I know, yeah. But she was my bridge into knowing Paul Cripple from Reagan Youth, who wrote that song that you covered. So there you go.
I might have to put it back in the set list as a tribute.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. That's a good
Also,
one.
that song always killed. Like, like being in a Gwar cover band is kind of tough because
they're tough to play.
There's like one mutant Gwar fan in every town, and like I'm
Uh-huh.
the one in this town.
Right.
So
right. Well, I had a question about like your band members, and I guess specifically Chris. Like, was he into Green Jello and Gwar before he started doing this with you, or did he get into it?
He liked Green Jello and stuff. I don't think he was super familiar with Gwar, but like I'm sure he was aware of them. But yeah, it's if I must admit that it's mostly with both the Gwell-Os and the Warriors that it's mostly my Gwar fan influence that makes it what it is, and it just became like an excuse for my friends and stuff to be buddies and go be obnoxious and shit.
And
Like my buddy Filthy, who went on American Idol with me, he wasn't into Gwar, dude. I mean, I made him listen to Gwar a lot. He was familiar with it by proxy. And then my buddy Corey, Drunkimus Maximus, he like was aware and thought they were cool, but he got into Gwar and started going to shows because I was mostly. I don't want to take too much credit for it because it's like these guys all did their things, but yeah, like aside from like one guy who was my substitute drummer for a while, my buddy Adam Selu, he was Revere's Mutant Gwar fan, and like we met later after I had already started, and I already had Joe on drums, but Adam filled in a few times, and he was the guy who commissioned Dave to paint the famous painting Odorous in Hell, where it's like Odorous and Gorgor in like the big flamey background. And that was on one of John Sparks' Gwar magic cards. And Adam commissioned that for the purpose of having it tattooed on his chest in full detail and color. So
did he do it?
It's kind of weird. Like I spend Christmas Eve with this guy, and every year I see the Odorous in Hell original like hanging on his wall. But he doesn't do social media or Facebook like in any way, so it's like it's kind of lost to the archives.
Yeah. Did he get the chest piece or what?
Adam came through for Skatopia, yeah. Yeah, he got the chest piece. It's definitely on him.
That's nice. So
it's got like 16 colors in the cuttlefish alone.
Oh my god. I have 0 tattoos, so I cannot relate at all. So
I don't either.
Yeah. Really? Wow.
Yeah.
We're the new alternative, Curt.
Right. Yeah, man. I'm not conforming to your like rule of having to get tattoos to be a rock and roll dude. Like that wouldn't be very punk of me, would it?
You ready for this segue? My skin is as white as pure as the Arctic snow.
Whoa.
So, I need to ask, Was there part of the concept of this that you only covered early GWAR songs, or is that like just because they were the easiest to play, or like what's the story?
A little column A, a little column B.
Yeah, because other than Sick of You, it was all Hello songs. Which I
Yeah,
guess
we
goes
used
a
to
little bit
do
with the
hate
name.
love songs.
Oh, okay.
We used to play hate love songs, so we branched into Carnival. I mean, not Carnival. Fucking yeah, that was Carnival of
Yeah, that
Chaos,
was.
right?
Yeah.
And then we would do like part of short history. Every once in a while we might do like fucking an animal, but like I didn't really feel like I think that song's great and funny, but I don't think it's a good representation of what GWAR is to
Not
me.
at all.
And I hate the fact that anytime like a normie non-GWAR fan is like, oh yeah, fucking an animal, it's like, oh,
Techno's theme.
you don't get it.
Yeah, but that was on Hello.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We did all the. Oh no, we did the Return of Cyko Destructo.
Okay.
So we did the Carnival of Chaos version with the Star Trek part.
You did the Star Trek part? That was what I was gonna ask. Yeah.
Yeah, that was my favorite part to do.
That got cut out of the record, but whatever. We've all did it, right?
And then when I played Je m'appelle Jacques Cousteau, I would use Rock and Roll Never Felt So Good as an opening riff because that song ends with a riff from Je m'appelle.
Wow.
And then in hate love songs, I used to like vocally like to throw in the first verse of Penguin Attack at the end because like the cadence like matches. I like to do little like add-on Easter eggy kind of like not play the song 100% the way it is on the album, because why would you just not go listen to the album then?
Yeah, you know who gets that? Nobody. Just you.
Yeah, true.
But I'm glad you.
But you know what? I'm not doing it for them.
Yeah,
I'm doing it for me.
I hope so, because I mean, GWAR is doing pretty good for what they are, I would say, but it's still a niche audience, and if you're a GWAR cover band, like that's a real niche audience.
I realize that, and but like it goes over in the local scene well because it's big effort. It doesn't look like anything else that like I've never been on a bill where it's like people weren't like, whoa, I've never seen anything like that before. And it's like I don't do 1-for-1 GWAR either, because that is another thing. It's like, you're not gonna like I don't know. I like what the guys in Foire are doing, but it's like I'm not gonna go for the straight up covers,
Yeah. They like have duplicate costumes and
the initial intent for Gwell-O was to be like a GWAR Green Jello hybrid tribute band, but in concept only. We were never intended to play covers, but then we joined Green Jello and learned all these Green Jello songs. So I'm like, well, we learned a couple early GWAR songs. We got a set. We're up and running, like send it.
Right. I was gonna say, but do you have a dinosaur like Foire?
I do not have a dinosaur. We used to have a Violator, like from Spawn.
Okay.
That was our big like ending thing, but I don't have enough manpower right now to like have all the working parts. Right. So it's kind of like getting into just like, oh, we're dudes up there playing songs. There's not as much of the theatrics in the show as there used to be, but at the same time we're also just having fucking fun and fucking playing the song. It's like I'm trying to keep it moving, but like since Perkins moved away and like Byron's great when he comes to the stuff. He really adds a lot to the show, but like without having like the crew and a regimented like practice thing, it's hard to get like the pieces to work and move the way they're supposed to. You've seen like it's either all at once or nothing,
Yeah.
Like we used to have costume changes built in and this, that, and the other. But Perkins, Alfalfa Keurig Mamontopoulos from the chat there, he kind of spearheaded like the organization of the auxiliary members. And once he kind of moved, he actually lives in Virginia now, but once he moved away, like the other guys sort of fell off and like didn't have rides and now it's just like a 3-piece. And I'm just like, let's just keep it moving at least. And so it doesn't die.
Yeah. Right on. Do the characters in your band have like a backstory? Like
We have
story?
loose backstories, some more than others. Like, if I'm honest, like some of the like I have a bunch of shit for my own character, which you can actually read about in this book I have on my person right here, Neon Lords of the Toxic Wasteland.
Oh.
And
hold on. Here, I'm gonna full frame you for a minute. Go ahead.
And you can see my buddy Humongous Fungus of Urungus and Cyko Destructo here. And it has like a little blurb about the backstory. Once known as Psychotron Dex, their priority mission was to recon planets fit for their master Omnicorn to devour. After leading the Obliteroids in the Great Droid Uprising, Cyko gained his freedom and his true name. Cyko cruised the galaxy and cruise the galaxy looking for ways to fully take their old master offline forever. During an epic battle with some minions of Omnicorn, Cyko was sucked into the bubble warp and spat out Neo-Terax. And this is so Cyko Destructo has a kind of like a Silver Surfer Megatron at origin with this planet-like robot god Omnicorn. He was designed to recon planets and disable defense systems, but eventually turned on his robotic overlord and picked up the name Cyko Destructo while fighting alongside the Destructo clan honorarily in the Sin Wars. So yeah, I have a whole bunch of backstory for my shit. Like, to be fair, the other guys, it's not quite as well fleshed out. You know, like Lord Grimslaughter, Arctic Wizard from the Great White North.
Yeah.
Chris's character, Maximus Carnage, is like a dino beast that's been infected by a symbiote. It was originally just based off the Toa character.
Right.
Yeah.
I was gonna say he's TOAH, right? Which I forget what that actually means, but
I forget what it's like an animal hospital. It was the
right. Actually
Toledo.
Actually might be in this comic.
I forget what the TO stands for, but yeah.
I don't remember. I grabbed that along with I had to show and tell. Here's my I think this is before you were added, but here's my neon.
I have that book upstairs. I'm in the
go check it out.
Raiders of the Bubble Warp expansion. Yeah, Brian's a great guy. I'm super glad to like get to work with him. And now he's got Hunter on the team, which is crazy.
Right. Yes, I heard that. Has Hunter does he know about your Destructo character and what does he think about it?
I've had a couple conversations with Hunter. When I got into Warhammer, I started bugging him. And you know, we chatted a little bit. Actually, Hunter and I have the same birthday, oddly.
Really?
Yeah, September 15th. And I chatted with him, and then Brian told me that he showed him the book and stuff. And like, actually, when I was talking to Hunter on Facebook, he was like, "You should come out to LA. We'll do a wrestling match." And I just never made it happen. But it was like, you know, I'm talking to this guy on Facebook who I'm like a giant fanboy of. I don't want to like pester him all the time. And like at that point, the idea of actually going to LA seemed so outside of like my capabilities. That I just never like followed up with it. And like now I feel like I could go to LA kind of like on a whim if I needed to. I mean, it wouldn't be
I would
easy
make it part
per
of your
se,
trip
but...
and maybe not the entire purpose of your trip.
Right. And the problem is that, you know, Bill and Hunter aren't really the best of buds anymore. So
yeah, right.
Like,
yeah, we don't have to get into that, but they do live with each other at one point. Yeah.
Right. But like most of my connection to Los Angeles is Bill. So it's like, how do I manage having Bill drop me off to go wrestle Hunter for a while, but like sit in the car like my mom outside of the fucking Family Values tour?
Well, you know, I know some people he plays tabletop games with sometimes. Maybe I can get you into that crew.
No, fuck yeah. I dabble into the tabletop.
Andy from Haunted Garage.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I got a tabletop Skeletork right here.
Oh,
one of my Warhammer model.
I have a picture of you as Skeletor. Which I wanted to ask you about. Yeah. I thought it would be funny when we played this Comic-Con
to do 2 songs as Skeletor and then have my bass player at the time sing a song and then run back and put the Cyko armor on and come back out for the rest of the set.
Did you
I like
make
to
that?
work in
That's
the
like a
costume.
really impressive costume. It really looks like the
Yeah.
figure.
Yeah. It's I made it out of like the same way I make the other. Actually, it was really easy because it's super light and it's small, and it's just like I've handled the Skeletor figures, big collector, so I could basically build that armor from memory. You know, I don't need a reference photo. You know, like, and it's just got a purple hood, and then I made like I think the one I don't know. I can't see the photo yet. The first couple times I wore that costume, I just painted my face, but the then I made like a duct tape style helmet. And it's the same way I make the like the Carnage helmets and the Cyko helmets, just a little less stuff.
Yeah, I want to get into that. So wait, when
I
I'm
can
playing
show you some
videos,
tips.
can you see the videos when I'm playing them?
I
'Cause wanna
saw the
play them.
videos, but right now I'm not getting the photos. Maybe do I need to press one of these buttons?
I don't think so.
I keep looking at the chat every now and again.
I'm not sure. It should just show up. I think everyone else can see it, right? In the chat.
Humongous. You say still waiting on mine. I don't know what he. Oh, I think he's talking about the Neon Lords book. So yeah, so that's the face painted, and this is when I was playing with my other band, Jimmy Halfdead and the Dialogues.
Okay. Yeah.
Which is it's not really my band. It's a band I'm in. Hence the name Jimmy Halfdead. I am in fact not. And you can see how patchy the blue paint is on this. It's actually kind of hilarious. And to get that Skeletor hue, you got to mix the blue and the white.
That sounds like a lot of effort.
I thought about getting like a skin suit and like airbrushing the muscles on and stuff, but like the Skeletor thing was such like a one-off.
Right. Yeah.
You
if
know,
were
like
gonna do this all the
random.
time, maybe, but
Yeah.
all right.
I went to like one Comic-Con and I was just like a Skeletor jerk to everybody. It was hilarious.
You want another surprise?
People would ask for photos. People would ask for photos. I get all indignant about it, and in like the Skeletor voice, like I'd give them the photos, but
yeah, of course,
I'd be impatient with them, which comes pretty naturally to me.
You got to be in character, you know. That's the whole point. Of, like half the point of dressing.
I did a Rhode Island Comic-Con where I went as Cyko Destructo, and I was just by myself, and I just was completely unhinged the entire time. Just like I freak people out. It was funny. And it's, you know, like I don't like doing conventions. I've realized from doing it a bunch of times because it's like there's an expectation of costumed characters and people are like, oh, well, what are you from? Like, what video game is that? You know, like, it's like, it takes me out of it to have to try and explain and have like a normie conversation with you. So that time at Rhode Island Comic-Con, I ordered pizza like Cyko Destructo. Like I didn't drop it.
Yeah. Well, that was an idea
went through
I
the
had.
Security line.
For I told Bill this. I was like, you should start getting green Jello booked at these like conventions because everyone could just be in their room with their costumes. I mean, of course, I don't know how that would work with like 1,000 members, but you know, the accommodation.
It would probably work better because oftentimes playing conventions, I've found that like the rooms are of adequate size. They usually put you in like a big open area that like. And like it would work. It's also, I mean, the X factor is Bill likes to get the lights down, and almost every time I've played at a convention, it's been like daylight or like full. They don't turn the lights off.
Right. Well, I mean,
then again, I'm just some local guy, so it's like Bill could get a lot more. He has a lot more clout with which to work.
Yeah, I mean, well, it just seems like it makes sense, and it's like in the right environment where people appreciate people in costumes and things like that, and like, I don't know, I think it would be good. And my other extension of that idea is, and I'm just telling this to anybody who will listen, is if Green Jello somehow had their own convention, like a hotel takeover somewhere.
Well, or JelloCon, yeah, it'd have to be centrally located. I've thought about this.
Because we could try to get as many Green Jello members possible there, and we could have the largest green Jello show ever.
Right, and we could have like our hundreds of other bands all playing
all the weekend. Yeah,
and like we could have a whole flea market of fucking merchandise.
Yeah,
and
like
I thought about this because
costume
Bill
making-
told me he knew this guy that owned the Flintstones village in Arizona.
Yeah,
And I was like, we should have like a Gwell-O fest or Gwell-O Jello fest or gel stock at fucking this Flintstones. Like
would be
it's
so
like a real life Flintstone village.
I mean, one of our 1,000+ members has to be like some sort of event planner type person, right? Like,
Yeah, seriously.
we got to get this together. We'll do it. We'll stream it. It'll be like a big stupid event. I don't know how you're
It'll
gonna.
be the only problem with that is everybody who's going to care about it is going to be there.
I know it's kind of just for ourselves, but maybe we can make some sort of publicity stunt out of it. You know, I don't know. The logistics are not all there, but the idea is good.
Yeah, we gotta get the cops to come and shut it down.
And hopefully we could book at least one band bigger than Green Jello to maybe play on a second night, you know?
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
But I find that like the majority of bands bigger than Green Jello are like disinterested in working with Green Jello.
Well, yeah, but if you pay them to show up, they will show up.
Hey,
like, that's how
they will
work.
Yeah,
So,
if you throw money at it.
yeah, right. So I mean, you know, it's not impossible. Someone get that together.
No.
All right,
Yeah.
ready for another surprise?
We'll all start pulling our peanut butter and jellies together.
Yes, we could have a peanut butter and jelly making
Dude, the peanut butter and jelly sandwich Green Jello severance package eat off.
He's finally gonna pay us all off, yes. All right. Are you ready for another surprise?
Oh fuck yeah.
All right. I have a premiere of a music video, which won't actually come out on YouTube until probably in a couple of weeks, but I want to play it here because it's also relevant. And it's from my new album, Quarantine Dream, which you can get now at vonesper.bandcamp.com. Come on, guys. I could use the money, and you want this because it's cool. That's the point. And it's called Roar, and it's a Kevin the Dinosaur side quest adventure. Yes, vonesper.bandcamp.com. That's right. And that's where you can get all the credits and track listings as well. Oh, and every CD comes with a bonus track that's not available online. So that's also...
So there's incentive.
Yeah.
Do you want to miss out on the bonus track, dude? How are you going to live with yourself?
Yeah, you can't. All right. And you're in this music video, and it's quick, so if you blink, you'll miss it. But this is Roar featuring Slim Jelly. Ready?
Yep, send it.
Ooh. Hey, I'm over here now. How about a little side quest from Kevin the Dinosaur, my prehistoric pal over here. Oh.
I'm Kevin the fucking dinosaur.
I see me.
Roar. I am here to crush your heart and make you awesome.
Here I am again. Wigan. Yeah.
He rocks. He rolls. An adventure always unfolds. I'm Kevin the effing
Pretty that's my
Dino.
car.
Hello. Not an existential threat. I have no regrets.
Fuck yeah.
Yay.
It's pretty banging.
Thank you. You can get it on my new album, Quarantine Dream. Okay.
Quarantine Dream.
Shout out to I want to show some Green Jello holiday stuff since it's the holiday season. Don't forget Crampo, I guess he's like the Christmas themed Green Jello character, even though he sometimes does it when it's not Christmas. And then there's also the Christmas CD. Do you have one of these Christmas CDs?
I do not.
It's Frito Feet, and I don't even know what's on it. I guess that new Eat Santa's Ham is probably on it. Yes.
Santa's ham. Big old Frito feet. Laying it down.
Here's some pictures of us. Oh, yeah, we should play this show. Fuck. It's on my hard drive. This is the boat show.
Boat show is fun. The one song boat
I
show.
felt so bad for you because like you came so far for this. You want to set this up?
Oh yeah, me and Doig drove in there for the fucking boat show. We're playing with Undertow, which is a hilarious band name to play on a boat with.
Schism.
Oh, it was Schism?
Yeah.
My bad. I played with Undertow a different time.
Band.
We played with Schism, which ruins my joke from about 10 seconds ago.
Yep. Sorry.
And I find that upsetting. But yeah, Doig and I drove in. We barely made it because part of the fucking highway bridge collapsed.
Oof.
And we had to detour around. We got there just in time. Like, we actually got there more on time than apparently Bill had the year before, where he had to, like, jump onto the boat as it was leaving.
That's my story.
But, sorry. You told it so well, I was able to regurgitate it.
I'm flattered that you even said it the same way that I do. So I must be telling it right. Yes, that was the boat show we did in 2010 with Nashville Pussy. And that's the thing about boat shows is once it's gone, you can't be at the show anymore. So coming,
there's no being late.
Want to is a problem, and he almost didn't make it. Yeah.
That was fun.
The next day he got married in Niagara Falls, and so I followed him over there.
That's awesome. That's a clutch point of like the Jet Set era.
Yeah, that was the Jet Set. No, this was 2010.
That was pre-Jet Set?
2 years before that, I think.
All right. I get a little mixed up.
Yeah, no, but it's around that time period.
We got on that show, and then like we only had so much time to play because we were the opening band, and we did the other band's shit show because all these people are coming out, and then we had enough time to do like one actual Green Jello song.
We played 3 Pigs. That's it. Yeah.
3 Pigs, and that's it.
Let's check it out.
3 Pigs, and I've played Green Jello shows where it got shut down in the second song, and it was just Green Jello. Like we didn't have a whole.
Yes, we are circling around Manhattan in this little tiny boat here.
That was worth it though. Like I got some real cool photos, just like being on a boat in costume.
Right. Yes. And I have some of those in my slideshow.
The thumbnail.
Yes.
Too.
Yes, I put it on the flyers. The one with you and the Statue of Liberty in the background. I remember I was right behind you, and Bill's like,
"Hey, Bill,
Kevin, get out of the photo." It's like, oh.
I definitely did a little face palm on that one. But we got some photos, like with the kiddos.
Yes, these kids. And
there they are.
And then I missed the barn show. How was the barn show?
Barn show?
Did you play the barn
I didn't do that.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
That was right after the end of the tour.
Okay. Yeah.
Or was it after this?
I don't remember.
That night in Nashua that you came to was my last night of the tour.
Right. Yeah, it might have been like a...
He dropped me off at my house.
Yeah. Yes.
Because I'm only like 21 minutes from... I'm only 20... Actually, we practice at that venue now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we just... we moved out of Malden and we haven't had our first practice at Terminus yet, but we don't practice in the venue. There's like jam spaces down in the like derelict warehouse part down the hallway. But I did a show there last week, a week and a day ago, with my fucking other band.
Wait, you have another band?
Yeah, I used to play with this band, Jimmy Half Dead and the Dialogues, and right after the day I got back from the Green Jello tour, we decided we were gonna do like a reunion for the first time in like 8 years. So we did a Halloween show and we did a Christmas show so far, and it's been real cool. It's like, you know, so that was the band that Bill asked me if I could serve as a franchise band with, and I was like, no. We can barely serve as a Jimmy Half Dead and the Dialogues franchise band. Like, but I'll find some guys. So like, but the first Green Jello show I did with the franchise band, Jimmy Half Dead and the Dialogues opened up. So it's like this horror punk kind of like party band sort of kind of misfitsy.
Is there a concept? Is there a costume involved?
It's supposed to be kind of like rockabilly-ish, but it's not really like that. I paint my face. I wear like, I used to get all like, I kind of like dress like I don't wear a bunch of shit. I don't dress normally per se. Like I paint my face all black, like with a certain shape, and you know, sometimes we'll wear different things. We'll do like different themed costumes every now and again, but it's not. What's that?
All original songs?
Yeah. Well, we play a couple of like covery things. Like we play Folsom Prison Blues, and that's pretty much it. Like we go into like the breakdown from one during one of our songs, but like that's kind of like it's not like a full cover. It's mostly original music. Yeah.
Right on.
You forgot the tuba? Nobody brought the fucking tuba!
Anyways, this was fun. You want to check out something from Terminus?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I was just there fucking last week. There's actually footage of that show, and I've never heard my bass more clearly than from that Dialogues show that I did last week. I got the bass from the guy Rob Panic there that made that Yuck bass.
Okay.
I would show you, but it's down in the basement right now. I could get it, but wouldn't be that difficult.
What song should I play? Serial Killer?
I'd go later than Serial Killer.
Yeah. Let's see.
Because I don't come in until midway through Serial Killer anyway. Did we do Electric Harley that night? I don't think so. No, you gotta hit me. I did a leaf blower solo at Terminus.
Oh, that was at Terminus during Three Little Pigs?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, let's open that up. Fuck it. I mean, whatever. We only have one good song. You're gonna hear it 100 times. I'm gonna skip through it a little bit because there's usually an intro here. There we go. Right, was that the first time you had done that?
Yeah, the first time I ever. Yeah.
So this was part of our house party tour, right?
Right.
And
this was actually, I would argue, the most effective of our house party tour.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
Not that the Loopy House was great, dude. I had fun.
Yeah, and you actually got to play.
Yeah. Oh, the garage one was the best because I did plainclothes too.
Yeah, you know what?
It was just fun.
Now, you guys, we're just gonna be watching videos probably for the rest of the show, just to warn you. But you know, are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained?
I'm trying to find your leaf blower solo. No, too far.
Please pick up your military
yes.
weapons from the floor, please.
God, these pool noodles must be so disgusting. Were you there when he came up with the pool noodle thing? Because that was like a recent development.
I think that's Rosie's fault.
Really?
Yeah, I was told that Rosie showed up one time with a box of pool noodles, and it became the favorite thing ever. It became arguably the most important element of the show.
I know. Can you imagine? Like, this band has been together since, what, 40-something years, and finally they got a thing.
We hit our stride.
Yes. All right, it's got to be coming up here somewhere. You guys, it's worth it. Don't worry. Like, this is brilliant. This is the kind of thing that, like, green Jell-O, it toes the line between brilliant and like the most stupidest thing ever.
Yeah, it's like genius how retarded it is. Can I say that?
I heard nothing. What did you say?
It's genius.
Yes.
How absolutely goofy it can become.
Here we go. Are you ready to start the Pig Rambo beatdown?
Oh, is it? Damn it. This song is so long I can't find it.
There's so many. I don't know.
It's in here somewhere. It's got to be somewhere on this part, yeah.
Well, we're here. We're here. No banjo.
My little thing, it doesn't work anymore. That's why I stopped playing it.
Oh, there she is. She's micing me up.
Oh, good. This is brilliant.
You tell me now during our big fucking ending number.
And it's soundboard audio, too. I mean, you didn't have an instrument, so now you do.
Sing it with me now. Da, da, da.
Have you seen this?
No.
Oh, yeah. I have the whole thing with soundboard audio and everything.
Oh my fucking god! No, I haven't. I just haven't watched it, man. I should have.
And then, all right, enough of that. At Dingbats, someone played the pool noodle.
How did they do that? Did they like slap the microphone with it or something?
Here, you want to see it? Told you, we're just gonna be hanging out and watching videos now. Let's see, Dingbats. Dingbats was crazy because I think we had like 23 people in the band that night.
1, 2.
Let's see.
All right. Just the kazoo player.
Why do we not have a kazoo player?
Dewey Rich Bar.
Here it is. Check it out.
Oh yeah, dude. He's doing it like a didge.
Yeah. Didgeridoo.
I got a didge.
Really?
I'm didgeridoo it up right now.
I mean, come on. How funny is this?
I think, is that me?
It's Kyle.
Cackling?
Oh, no, I think that's Bill.
No, I meant the cackle in the background. Maybe that was Bill.
See, this is my favorite parts of the Green Jell-O shows where like for example,
fun?
Well, when I see a light bulb go off, like you know, because we had never, like, if you do something that's never been done before, it's like impressive. And I remember like on tour in 2008, I remember the first time he ever did a puppet mosh pit. At least it used to be on stage, which was a terrible idea. You know, I like it much better in the crowd. But
Right.
Because
Same.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I hated when the, I
band
hated it when
members
the
wear
friggin'
costumes.
Yeah, I hated it when he would bring the audience on stage, and especially when he would encourage them to get rowdy on stage,
Yeah.
especially when I was in the franchise band and I was playing guitar.
Right.
Because
exactly.
I'm wearing this football costume that's covered in like prongs and spikes, and like everybody's just mashing me, and they don't even know. And it's like now I'm out of tune. My amp is like getting knocked over because I'm being pushed backwards on top of it.
Yes.
It's less than ideal.
No, it was a good idea. The execution got better in time with the audience but
It also depends on the size of the stage and whether or not there is a stage. You know, how many people he gets up there and how long it goes on for.
Well, it used
I
to
like
be
the
doing
method.
Orange Crunch.
Yeah.
Which was brutal. And I
I've
have
hardly
stories
ever
about
seen
almost
that
killing
song.
people during that song also, which are scary stories. Nobody died.
I always
I
tried
almost
to
killed
encourage him
somebody.
to play Fight.
My franchise band did once, but he wasn't on stage for it. Yeah, Fight's good. Here's a Green Jello like nerd question that you might know. So I heard 333 originally he was gonna just title each song as the band that he's parodying in that song. Have you ever heard that?
No, I think I might have overheard you saying that to somebody.
I'm
like not direct.
yeah.
That rings familiar, but I can't say that I've heard it. I don't know. So every song was supposed to be named after the band that it was a parody of.
That's what I heard the original idea was, yeah. So every song on this album is a parody. I can
In some
understand
way.
most of them, but like Fight, like who is that a parody of? I thought maybe you would know. Or Carnage Rules. You can get most of them.
Yeah.
Anthem is Allman Brothers, Slave Boy is V-52s, you know. Of course, like Pinata Head was like Alice in Chains or whatever.
I mean, Fight's got to be like some kind of like hardcore punk band.
Yeah, I'm just wondering
right?
who it is. If anyone knows, I'm interested. Super Elastic, that must be White Zombie, right? You know.
Maybe.
Putting it out there. Putting it out there to the audience.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to drill Bill about it.
Yeah, I never asked him about
Get him
it.
on the line.
You know, yeah, I mean, I'm sure I could ask him, but it's an also kind of a fun mystery, you know.
Right.
See if you could figure it out.
It's not the kind of thing I want to. It's not the kind of thing I want to like text him. I want to like
exactly
ask him in person.
Right.
Verbally pick his brain.
You got your costume around?
I have parts of it.
Yeah, let's see it.
I got the helmet.
This is going to be the part of the show where you give me some costume tips, because like I want to build a Kevin the Dinosaur costume. I want to retire this onesie. It's been fun, but like it was supposed to be temporary. How do I build a costume? Like, what do I buy? What are your tips?
Well, the cool thing about the green Jello thing is like the whole duct tape thing is heavily encouraged.
Yes.
And you can buy duct tape in any color almost. Basically any color if you want to go order it online.
Yeah.
It's relatively inexpensive as far as building materials go, and it's rugged enough to stand up. Now I have like a bunch of foam in mine. Like I salvage foam from like packaging and
So
stuff.
yours is found, okay. So you didn't buy the foam, like you didn't buy a particular kind of foam?
No, like but then again, I have like people, I work on construction sites a lot, so I was able to scab like pipe insulation and stuff. A buddy of mine knew somebody who worked at a drum shop who gave me a bunch of foam that was used to package drums, and I found that to be really good. But it's like I've had sources of foam, you know, and like I've had stockpiles of the shit.
What if you were to buy foam, do you know what kind of foam you would buy? I don't know.
Honestly, I don't think I would. I would salvage it.
Okay, this is going off to a great start.
I try to spend as little money as possible on
Sure. I know, but it's also like time is money, and time scavenging foam is not really on my agenda.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I
It's too
find
cold to
myself
find
in
couch
places
cushions
where
right now.
I don't know. I wouldn't recommend using couch cushions. You want like this more like spongy kind of packagey like material stuff. I don't like the stuff that kind of breaks down into particulates and like. I mean, you can use the stuff, but it's hard to.
Upholstery foam. That's what Humongous says.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, but Humongous uses a different methodology than I do. Like he
Okay.
uses latex and paint and stuff, and I don't really do any of that. Like
Gotcha.
I just use colored duct tape. And like if we're making masks, what I do for the shape is I'll put some kind of like
Let's see it.
baby powder or something. I'll take some kind of like lotion or baby powder or something. I'll put it on my face and I'll coat my face with masking tape, several like layers to get, it's something that'll keep its shape. And then I'll peel it off of the face, and that's why that way I have like a good shape that form fits my face. The idea was to get it to like the jaw to move, but on this version of the helmet, there's almost too much going on here to like actually get the a ton of movement. This one you can actually maybe see some of like the masking tape on the inside. I try to cover the masking tape with duct tape because your face sweats the whole time, and if you're just sweating into bare masking tape, it's going to degrade and disintegrate and get all puffy with time. So you want to do your best to seal it in. It still does. Oh, like with enough uses, get kind of puffy over time, like every, especially in 30 days in a row on green Jello. But this held up surprisingly well. This one's got a microphone built into it.
Oh,
like
really?
it's got a headset mic. But again, I didn't use that a lot on the green Jello tour because every time I tried it, it didn't really work. There's 300 inputs going on at every time.
Yeah,
like we got 100 people with wireless. Slim's got her vocal mic. Al's got a headset mic.
She shipped that to my house, and I brought it to a show for her.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's clever thinking. Yeah, I love the way those guys do that. Like Al and Slim and them are like Amazon drop shipping stuff, like in supplies to like various points along the way and shit. It's very resourceful.
Yeah.
When it comes to like being a touring band.
See, okay, so I have
So there's a pocket here where I pop the transmitter in.
Oh my god.
And I can like tape that down. And this full wire here is actually built as like a housing for the actual wire for the headset. And then like the microphone is here in the mouth thing. I kind of only masking taped that in so I could remove it if I had to, which I probably should have done because I haven't been using it. But it was pretty expensive to integrate into the thing, and I should probably get back to it. The problem I faced after experimenting with it for a while is, like I said, the jaw on the mask doesn't really move enough to read like I'm singing. So when my guitar player is doing backup vocals into a mic stand, people are like, "Oh, when did Doig start singing for Gwell-O?" And I'm like, it's not reading that I'm doing it because I'm standing there and I'm probably facing the wrong direction or some dumb thing.
Mouth moving, yeah. Right.
Yeah. And it's hard to like hit a microphone.
Well,
it's hard to like know where you're at when you have like a bunch of shit on your face.
You want a tip? Maybe
I'll put it on my head.
Yeah, you know what Carrot Top does is he has a fake microphone, so it looks like he's singing into a microphone even though it's not plugged into anything.
That's a fucking brilliant idea, dude.
Yeah,
it could be obnoxious.
Yeah, the same problem.
It
You
could be
can't see him singing. But he's
like
got
I could build like a big dumb fake microphone.
Yes.
It has spikes and shit on it.
Yeah.
God damn it, Kevin. You need to be in my band.
Well, yeah, if you were closer to New York, I would be in your band.
Dude, it's only a 4-hour commute. Listen, 5 with traffic.
Well, if we can do it Green Jello style where I don't have to come to rehearsal, then we could talk about it. Just show up for the shows and know the songs, Yeah. I'm down for some adventures. That's what I use Green Jello as an excuse for these days,
Well, yeah, same. It's like it's tough to keep even the Gwell-O going because we have we're adults now. You know,
Right.
get like
We're
life
adults with
stuff to
stupid
do.
costumes. Like, hello, how? It's kind
We
of
get
sad.
jobs sometimes, and trying to make stuff happen. But like, dude, live that dream because a lot of people always like. A lot of people are always like, "Oh, are you getting royalties? Are you getting paid from that?" It's like, no, but
I lose a lot of money doing these shirts.
yeah, but I get to like actually do something that like isn't just work and sleep.
Yeah, I mean, it's always an adventure, even if it's a bad adventure sometimes, like sometimes it's the best night ever, and it's also
Yeah.
impressive because you can say like, yeah, we might look stupid, but you're talking about my Grammy nominated band there, like that's impressive
Right.
sounding, even though it's not really.
No, but it doesn't matter, dude. It's like it's
true.
You motherfuckers wish you could do this shit.
Yeah.
And you know what? Like it's supposed to be stupid. It's brilliantly stupid.
Right, exactly.
You would have to you couldn't be this fucking stupid on your best day, bro.
No, I have to have all this group encouragement to be this stupid. So here,
perfect.
I showed this to you at a show, but this is my like little sketch of what maybe a Kevin the Dinosaur outfit could look like.
Yeah.
I'm debating whether
Are
I
you
should
kind of
have
like
my teeth or not.
replicating? Are you
I
kind of
don't
like going to replicate like the hood look?
Well, here's the thing. So I decided I don't like my face being covered because I
Yep.
have lots of
That makes
expression.
perfect sense,
Yeah,
dude. Like I actually was very adamant about covering all the faces in my band, and now most of the time I play without the helmet on,
right.
just because it's like because I can see, I can
Yeah.
wipe the sweat out of my eyes if I need to. I don't have to like just keep bashing my teeth up. The amount of mic stands I knock over just with rotating my shoulders, it's like
Oh yeah, I bet.
like I want to have like the monster element where it's like a non-human look, but I also like to be comfortable sometimes when I play, and that's
Right.
why I respect the shit out of what the GWAR guys do because they fucking keep their goddamn latex costumes on the whole goddamn time.
Right.
And I've like tried to work out ways to make it easier, especially while also playing an instrument. Like if I was just singing in Gwell-O, I would probably keep the helmet on for like 95% of it. Maybe I would do like a takeoff at the end because I also feel like I'm unhinged enough where there's like a sort of some show going on behind the mask. So it's
Yeah.
like, I don't know, maybe if I could find some way to like make it more form fitting onto the face.
Right.
But that like, you're talking about gluing the shit onto your face at that point. And I don't know about all that.
Yeah, I wrestle with the idea because what I learned about being in the chicken heads is like
100 degrees right now. Where am I going to smoke a butt?
it's like I don't like the full face covering. I have too many expressions and also it's like way too hot and you can't see anything. But I like just putting something form fitting over my head. So maybe just like the side can slide in and then there could be a top. I don't know. I'm not sure if I should keep the teeth or not, but it's sort of cool, but I'm also thinking like, well, this time I'm the dinosaur, Like this is like I'm inside of it.
I think you should keep the teeth. I think you want to like have it read as dinosaur-like as possible.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards
because
that,
like
yeah.
without the teeth, you're not going to have a ton of other visual cues, right? To
Right.
represent dinos, like the fins.
Well, here's the thing. Here's like oops. Well, here's one thing I would have a big my tie would be duct tape and whatever this time. And then the back would be the tail. Like maybe it would connect from a shoulder pad or from the mask. I'm not sure. Like maybe the shoulder pad could be the tail and then the tie in the front. Do you have any suggestions on how to do that? A backpack was a good idea.
Yeah. The backpack kind of works, and you could
Shoulder
like
pads seems a
you could
little
like cut off the bag part of the backpack,
right.
and sort of build the tail on top of that. Doig used to run his tail off of his back, but
Oh,
now
right.
he runs it off of his belt.
Hmm. Right. Yeah, because at least the tail would represent the dinosaur thing, you know.
Right. But you kind of want one of those like from the back tails to really represent the dinosaur thing, maybe with like plates and or spikes.
Yeah. Yeah, I would have to
Now, do you
like
want to
build
do a
up the
nice
spikes, kinda like
Ankylosaurus
yours.
club?
What's that?
Do a nice Ankylosaurus club, a Thagomizer.
I don't know what the words that are coming out of your mouth are.
The Ankylosaurus has a clubbed tail. It's called a Thagomizer. And the interesting
yes.
story behind the name Thagomizer is it's a reference to a Far Side cartoon that scientists decided to adopt and make the actual name of that thing.
Oh, that's great. See, that's a fun fact. Yeah,
Shout
I
out to
like.
Gary Larson.
Yeah, hell yeah. I have some of those books over there. I liked, you know, like Flatus Maximus's tail, like in the 90s.
Yeah, I did a
When
painting of old Flat
so
Max that has like a nice club tail.
I want
I
to be
wonder
able
if that's
to
within
swing it.
reach.
You know, I want to be able to
Hold on,
swing.
I have it right here. It's in
Okay.
my briefcase. Let me just settle back in.
Yeah, dude. Thank
I
you,
have the
everybody
briefcase
who's
full of
watching.
all the. I have all the Gwell-O artifacts right here.
Oh, finally. Jesus. It's only 2 hours to get that out.
I've got a humongous mess copy of Humongous Mess
Nice.
here. Good old Byron's periodical. Nice little heavy metal Jesus action going on.
There he is.
What am I looking for? The painting.
I have no idea.
This is
It's
Gwar related.
Your time to show and tell. Nice. Oh yeah.
This is
you know what we're gonna do at some point is talk about Gwar.
It's the Gwar cast.
Don't forget to stay tuned.
Here's the original painting.
Oh,
Here's the
hey.
original of that cover.
Nice. Look, mine looks much more terrible.
There's all kinds of details. If you look really closely, I paint like it has all the like green Jello and Gwell-O, Mr. Perfect, Slimenstra.
Oh wow.
We got Cardinal Sin. Like that's why I kind of did like an up close. If you look closely, where is it? I painted it in here somewhere. Right there. It's Waldo.
Oh my god. That's wait. Let me see if I can even see that on my CD. Not really. Yeah, the pixelation on this is a little off.
Yeah,
But I like
rough.
all the colors. It's very pretty. It
What
does
happened to the
match.
Flatus one?
It definitely matches like the green Jello aesthetic. I mean, look at this, you know.
So we were talking about Thagomizers.
Yes.
Yes,
that's kind of what I would want. I want like a tail to like whip around while I'm playing. Yeah. Like Pete Lee.
And then I have some photos from like the first Warriors outing.
Oh, nice. When was that? 2004?
That was 2005, I want to say.
Now these people like don't actually like Gwar, do they?
They were into Gwar kind of by proxy. Like they got into it. This is my buddy Corey. He's got into Gwar pretty good along the ways, but I don't think anybody of them had like Gwar albums.
Right.
I have a lot of pictures of them because it was Corey's mom who took the photo. Let me see if I can find something that stands out as proper. This is a classic one. Got the stroller with Gwar stroller with a little Annika, a little baby inside.
That's cute.
My buddy, that's Corey's brother dressed like a stormtrooper.
Uh-huh.
Year one stuff.
Wow. See, that's the true history.
Why is it so hot in my house right now?
I used high impact floor pads. Okay.
This is from like I think it's from the Sounds of the Underground tour where I decided to like really go for the duct tape thing.
Check it out. Like I got that picture up. Well, I don't know if you can see it, but
I can't see it, but like that's yeah. I had that one up.
yeah, Guar.
Got some old like
I saw
newspaper clippings
Oh
from the
wow,
American Idol thing. That's the
great.
original costume.
Gotcha. Still impressive. Like I don't know if I could do that. I'm not crafty like that. I'm like an actual. I could play music, but I can't really make things.
You just have some random artwork and stuff.
Nice. Is there going to be a comic book? There should be a Gwell-O comic book, right?
I would like to do a comic book. I just that is a lot of work.
Yeah,
and I have
like,
to
no
I have a hard
reward.
time drawing that consistently.
Mm. You all right there?
I am sweating. Yeah, it's like really warm in here right now for some reason. Okay, it's not that warm in here. I'm just excited.
Yes.
Or maybe I haven't eaten enough today.
Yeah, we'll end this.
I did kind of have a lot to drink last night if I'm
well,
to
hey,
be candid.
it was your show, right? I had a very late night as well. I had a very New York underground experience last night. Cool.
Tell me about it.
It would be a good tale. No, it's not that interesting to talk about. Let's just say I was very late and at some parties that are.
So shortly after the American Idol fucking thing, dude, let me tell you this one.
Mm-hmm.
Shortly after the American Idol, I went to Rock and Shock and met Guar and stuff, but I hooked them up with the Shocker Toys guys.
Oh, really?
So that whole Shocker Toys debacle was sort of my fault.
Oh. Well, I have some of those odorous guys.
Yeah, yeah.
I have a couple of
the shot like the guy Jeff Beckett. He made these toys called Shockinis, and I was sort of into like action figure kits and stuff like that at the time. And I got to talking to the guy on AIM, and he's like, "What licenses should I get?" Yeah,
Jesus,
and I should have known. Like,
I remember AIM. What was your AIM screen name?
It was Cyko Destructo, but spelled with a K and no E's.
So always a Destructo.
Yeah,
that's funny.
And I chose the name Cyko Destructo because I spelled psycho with a C because it maintains my actual initials, Curt Doble.
Oh yeah, so it does. Here, let's see what Guar says. See, you can't even see these pictures though, right?
I see them now.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, that was one of the later Rock and Shocks.
Yeah, that's like a rare
Volvatron.
Yeah, Volvatron. Past guest on this show.
I watched your Kimzilla episode. That episode was awesome.
Thank you. Yes. Yeah, it might be about time to make my Guar announcement. Here's from the let's get all the Guar.
The Viking funeral. Yeah.
Viking funeral. That's awesome. And what's
Good
this?
time.
You all got on stage there or something?
Oh, yeah, we won the costume contest.
There was a costume contest? That's cool. What did you win?
I kind of think that we were sort of the inspiration for the costume contest because we started showing up in the 2013 barbecue. And then on the 2016 barbecue, they had the 2015 and 16, they had a costume contest. And there was a couple that won the year before. And the next year I was like, I am pulling out all the stops. And that was the debut of the yellow costume.
Mm.
That's why it looks so pristine.
What did you win?
I won a Monster energy drink Squire Strat.
Okay, cool. Aw, man. Were you dressed up and everything? Oh, you're okay. Gotcha. And goodbye, Humongous. You probably already left us. But
I won this guitar.
Let's see.
We won this guitar.
Nice. Okay. That's very branded.
Yeah. We got this and some like merchish kind of like t-shirty doodads, I think. I don't know.
They're like, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, we don't want this shit. And then, of course, yeah, I that's another thing I have not seen is the gravestone yet.
Yeah, Doig and I stopped there. We met up with the Buddy Perkins, and that was on our way back from Louisiana on the Green Jello Wicked Weekends tour.
Gotcha.
And that was one of my only visits to the Guar bar. We went there during the Guarbecue once, and then I went there off season when we stopped by on the way back.
I'll make it there eventually, but I don't want to do it while they're on tour. Like, I want to do it while they're in town, you know?
You want to get a drink from Dirks.
Yeah, exactly. And he knows who I am, so that's cool, you know? Even though he doesn't want to be on the show, he recognizes me now. That's
Come on, Dirks.
I know, with enough peer pressure maybe, but I don't want it to come from me because, you know, I'm just loosey goosey. Like, hey man, you want to be on the show? Come be on the show.
I saw the show. The last Guar show I went to was at Wally's, and it was like where he was like the main
that was the day after
guy.
I saw you on tour.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I was kind of debating whether or not I was going to do that show, and I did, and it was really cool to see like Dirks take up the limelight, ball sack heavy show, dude. Like, I felt like that was neat.
Yeah, it's a great. I think the lineup is on fire. Here, you want to get into some Guar news? We should talk about some Guar news because it's the GWARPod, right?
GWARPod.
What do you think of the new logo?
I dig it.
I
just saw it for the first time earlier today, and
yeah, it was kind of jarring. I mean, I get it. Yeah, it's cool. I think it's a little hard to read, like on a flyer if you don't know that it's already Guar.
Yeah, who's Gwell-O?
Right. But I like that the you know, there's a 40 years. Wow. I mean, that's impressive.
It's wild, man. They're right up there with the Transformers.
Yeah, wow. Really? They're not older than that, the Transformers?
1984.
Okay, well, that's the year I was born, so it was born with me as well, like Guar. That's how I always remember how old Guar is. Are you going to see the X-Cops? Are they coming towards you?
I don't know.
X-Cops on tour in January, headlining X-Cops with Belushi, Speedball, and US Bastard. So it's all Guar related bands, and they will be at
I'll go to that. What's the closest one?
I don't know. To me, it's in Queens near Brooklyn. TVI, a very cool venue. I was there a couple nights ago, Friday night in Ridgewood. I guess they're coming.
I'd be stoked to catch the X-Cops.
Philadelphia, Baltimore. Anyways, the X-Cops, they're going on tour, headlining tour. Go check it out. And then this got announced recently. They're going on tour with Static X. Did you see that?
Static X and Guar.
Dope. So
yeah.
AC Slade, is he gonna be playing on this? I hope so. That'd be cool to see AC.
He's gotta be, right?
I hope so. I run into him sometimes. Now he's in the Misfits.
I'm not that up on the Dope lineup. I know I caught them right when Gwell-O was first starting. Cheech and I went to a Dope show that my buddy Sean, who is a local booker around here.
Yeah.
He was actually the guy that put on the first like series of New England Green Jello shows. He's worked closely with Bill a bunch of times. We're gonna keep harkening back to Green Jello here on the GWARcast. This is a Jello cast now.
GWARPod.
I'm sorry, GWARPod. Sorry. I remember the GWARcast. They stopped.
The GWARcast. One of the reasons this show exists is because I tried to get the GWARcast to do a reunion episode to have me as a guest, and they wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, fine, I'm starting my own show.
I'm starting my own show with Blackjack and Hooker.
But you know, one of the original GWARcast guys is in the band GWAR now, so that's pretty impressive. You know, Tommy was one of the
That's
original
wild.
GWARcast members.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, when he was in the Manx.
Huh.
You know, Tommy was in the Manx.
That's fucking nuts. No.
Yeah, he's in GWAR
I haven't
now.
been up on Tommy's history, but like I like the new Grodius look and the character and stuff.
Yeah,
Like
he's awesome, and he was a guest.
I really
on my
like
show,
the I like
before.
his,
So go
his
check that
guitar
out.
selection.
Yes, very colorful.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No
This is
secret that I
what
like neon colors.
I think
Oh,
I
look at
opened
this.
on
The
left-
Hello
the new
Euro
Hello
edition.
Hello, oh, I think they're calling it.
Is that going to have the black and huge version with ball sack on it?
No, it's not on there. It's out. I have it. It came a couple months ago. It's out. Get it. I don't know if it's still available, but yeah, it's cool. No, it doesn't have the bonus track, but that's like sort of more in the Scumdogs realm, I think, than the Hello realm, even though it was on the version of it.
I would agree.
Yeah, because
they just needed another track for the Euro version.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna end this soon. We're gonna start landing this plane 2.5 hours later. I want to show some artwork, maybe some things that we missed.
Oh yeah, Byron did that one.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you could. I'm gonna scroll past them. You tell me about them. That's
Yeah, Byron painted that one for me. I had that down in the Nerf layer. It's a humongous fungus original.
Nice. That's pretty awesome.
That was done by a guy in France, Gregos Thomas.
Wow.
I met that guy because he had done renderings for Masters of the Universe Lego minifigures. And I found him somehow, like there was a link or something to just communicate with him or something. I looked through his gallery and I was like, yo, I really like all the stuff you make. And then a couple weeks later, he sent me a rendering of myself as a Lego minifigure. Wow. And this is a couple of his like sketches that he drew. I catch up with him now and again. I sent him some of my like newer songs, but English isn't his first language, so I don't even think he speaks English at all. I think it's just Facebook translating for us.
Wow.
And so he's like, yeah, it'll take me years to decode all the crap you just said in that song.
Right. It's not as funny when you can't hear what you're saying, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
What's this one?
That is just a picture from the Gwarbecue that I used Prisma to make look artsy.
Right.
Yeah, I was on the way back from Gwarbecue and I was just in the van. We rented a van and I was messing around with this like app that like it's just like a weird filter app that like, you know, because it was, and the funny story about that is I posted a photo of my costume and my buddy who he goes by Dirt's Real Productions. He's the guy who videotapes a lot of my shows. Got a YouTube channel, check him out. So when he first saw the costume, he's like, take that stupid filter off. But the photo he was talking about had no filter.
Oh.
He just thought that like it looked so cell shaded in the photo that I was using a weird cartoon filter. And then I took another photo and I sent it with like the most like jarring Prisma filter possible. It was like that times 1,000. It's all gray and like crystalline looking. It just Byron did that one too.
Oh, that's another one. Nice. You got a nice big
that almost went on a t-shirt. I never got around to like making it happen.
And there's another one that includes.
Oh yeah, the Gaz Halford did that one.
Oh nice. Yeah,
I haven't seen that one in a long time. She's got a real distinct style. It's easy to like pick it out.
I think this is the cover of your buddy cop comedy movie coming out soon.
You know, we should do that.
Yeah.
Actually, if you want to catch me and Humongous on the big screen, check out his movie My Ninja.
Oh yes, I did see that. Yes. Who did this?
Gavin. No, that was what's his fucking name? I talked to him about toys a bunch.
Toy guy.
Is it Gavin? No.
Sorry, Gavin, if it's not you.
I can't remember the homie's name. I'm kicking myself for it right now, but I shoot the shit with him on Facebook every now and again. He makes cool like custom toys of original characters. That's from Mustafar from Neon Lords.
Yeah, that
I made
track.
stickers of that one, and that's become like the best image I have. I wanted to get some artwork of the whole band together and stuff. I just like I wanted to be able to compete with Matt McGuire and Mustafar from Neon Lords artwork. I can't do it on their level.
Speaking of art, I mean, so here's the garbage band. You're on the cover here, right? Right there.
Dude, I got it too, dude, right here.
You know what sucks about this? I'm not on it.
Are
you on any of the songs?
No.
No, okay. Well, you're on the cover.
I submitted a version of Rock'em Sock'em Robots for it, but it was very unfinished, and like I think I didn't personally send it. One of my buddies sent it. And I don't think the vocal tracks got edited, so it's just like I think it has like 4 vocal tracks like on top of each other, like on the it just didn't get taken. I have this copy of this one, Serial Killer, that has me on the the back.
Oh yeah, look. Yeah, that's right. You guys, next time you release any Green Jello albums, put me on it. I've been in the band longer than all these motherfuckers.
So why don't we just make our own Green Jello album, bro?
Well, actually,
we'll do that.
That is an idea that I have.
That's the crux of this whole interview.
Yeah. Okay, it's happening. We're doing it. I was gonna call it Kevin the Dinosaur Goes to the Freak Show.
Okay.
So I don't know. We'll play with that idea. But yes, I have all these songs from like 30 years ago, from when Green Jello was active. You know, the 90s active and actively influencing me, so it would mix in very well, including one of the songs that I did submit a song for this, and it was also unfinished, but Bill was actually on it. He didn't finish anything, but it was not selected. Boo.
Yeah, mine either. And it's cool that I got on the cover.
Yes, I want to be on at least put me on the cover. Hey, you guys making the new comic book, put me in there somewhere. Right?
Yeah. Hey, yeah. You want to have like the Tales of Kevin and Gwell-O going on?
Tell in there. I don't care. I'll just be a little like a Where's Waldo kind of. You should have all the characters sort of hidden about. At least the active ones, not maybe all 1,000 of us.
Right.
Although
it would be cool to like. I mean, there's a lot of material there.
There's a
if
lot
you guys are like once you start delving into all the Johnny P's and the Titties the Clowns and the
So yeah,
and other characters that aren't clowns.
Right. Yeah. Just putting it out there. But they always say make what you want to see in the world, or as Gwar said it, don't talk about it.
And that was it for me, dude. That's this whole Gwell-O thing, dude. I used to sit there and in high school and just wish Gwar would like kick the door open and decapitate my teacher and be like, "You're coming with us, kid." And like, that's kind of what I want to be for the thing. Like, I had like little kids that'll be like, "You're my favorite," and on the like at some Punk in the Park show. So I'll like make them a helmet at the thing and be like, "You're in the band now."
Yeah.
It's like I want to have that thing that I wanted. And that's what Green Jello is for me too, as like an adult. It's like, well, I can kind of do whatever the fuck I want. It goes over huge, and I like it's the shit. Like it's like I don't have to kill myself doing it. The material's there. Like it's awesome.
Hell yeah, yeah. And I have enough material for an album, easy, like probably 4 albums. But like here's I'm going to tell this again to the world, or anyone who's listening. Another one of my big picture Green Jello ideas is the next album. You know how this one is kind of like every song is like its own sort of franchise band song. The next album, every song should have every member on it, or at least throw all the throw the basic stems out to the community, the Green Jello puppet community, and see what comes back.
Right.
and just have as many people on every song as possible. Make it sound like a show, you know, more than an album. Like
Yeah,
just because every song on this sounds like it's a different band playing it,
a
because it
different band.
is. But like if we had
Right.
everyone on every song, it would be more consistent, even if it would be like
Co-
sloppy as
yeah, it'd
fuck.
be a more cohesive piece, even if it was overwhelming to listen to.
Exactly. But also, I mean, that's what Green Jello does. It's
But that's what
overwhelming.
Green Jello is.
Yes. And,
Yeah.
and they also push, you know, how do I say this?
It's like
They,
a epileptic seizure in a can.
they are I think with an asterisk, in the Guinness Book of World Records. Like they do push these ideas far out there. And that's just another one. Nobody's ever done that. How much press could that get? You know, like
Right. And even if it was just kind
band,
of like
world's
even if it was
largest
similar
album.
to the like the Battle Maximus track where they just had like they had, you know,
Yeah.
you weave in a bunch of solos and stuff and
Exactly.
like
Yeah. The more distinct your part is, the more it will shine in the song, you know?
right.
But it'll be there, at least parts of you will be there, you know? So just putting that out there, of course, like who's gonna produce that and mix that? It's gonna be a nightmare. But how cool would that
Right.
be? And the song's gotta be really
Right.
simple. Like no
Yeah.
complicated Jaquita songs or anything like that. But like, you know,
No.
real stupid, real simple. Imagine 100 people
Just
playing this.
ride that open E.
Yes, and you can play the leaf blower and the pool noodles. Like like the more
And the
unique it
world's
is.
largest kazoo.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yes, exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
So
Alpha, you get it. Battle
just putting
Maximus.
it out there because this is the 3 people that'll listen to me talk about it. You know, that's my idea. And I've
Yeah.
told Bill, but you know, these things got to come from the fans up because
Dude,
that's
if
how
we just start putting together an album, we're in Green Jello. I can get Bill to do something on it.
Yeah.
We just
Alright,
gotta
well,
line it
okay.
up to when he's like out here.
This is gonna happen. Okay, we're gonna work on it. You heard it here first. I think it's time to make the big announcement.
The big announcement.
Yes, you guys have
Let's
traveled
hear it.
this far with us. Here's the big news. The next GWARPod episode will be Bob Gorman.
Bob Gorman coming through, Bone Snapper himself.
Arguably.
Look forward to seeing that one. Bob, plethora of information.
I imagine, you know, I think he's actually the longest running member of GWAR.
Yeah.
He's when
Yeah,
did he
like
join?
consistently.
1989 and never left or something
Yeah.
like that. Like, dude,
It's always been there.
I was like 5 years old when this guy joined GWAR, and he's still there.
Yeah.
And he's an unsung hero, man. Like, who knows who Bob Gorman is? You know, but he's
I mean, the
been there so
diehards, but
yeah, of course. Well, and I know a lot of people might want to ask him questions about making costumes and stuff. I know nothing about that. I'm going to be punishing him about the archive. And I know he's okay with that because I talked to him outside the last show that I went to. And I told him who I was, and he was like, "Oh, I love what you do. I watch some of your shows." I'm like, "Oh my God, that's so cool." So he's into it. We're going to talk to Bob Gorman, who's been in GWAR since the 80s.
yeah, man.
What day
Bone
is it?
Snapper. I love that song.
January 5th, 2025.
The future.
Yes, Mr. Bone Snapper and Zipper Pig himself. And then he'll be out on the X-Cops tour later that month. So, yeah.
I got to catch that tour.
Yeah, hell yeah. Come to New York. Come to Ridgewood.
It's probably going to be it.
Yeah, I think so. And there's got to be something closer to you, right?
There might be. I'm going to have to look at the list. I couldn't really see it on the thing.
Well, okay, let me just circle through the slideshow, see what we missed here. There's a couple pictures of us I wanted to show. And then I think that'll be it because it's been a long show already. We're just hanging out. Okay, so we had the there's the picture. I was right behind you. It's a great picture though. It's probably better without me. And Bill
Nah, we got it. Bill had a vision.
So there we go. There's our picture.
Yeah.
I ruined it again. I don't know who took this picture, but it's on stage somewhere on the last tour.
I can't see the photos this time again.
No.
I was faking it for the last two, if I'm honest.
Damn. Well, here's one.
I knew which photos you were talking about, so I was picturing them in my head.
Yeah, this is the one. Now I'm playing the one with. We were at some old courthouse or something.
Oh yeah.
We were filling the bus up with gas. I don't know what the story was, but it's a cool picture of you and me and Jella.
Hanging out in the shadows.
Yes.
Yeah. Those are some of the best times on the tours too, like the little side adventures.
Right. The show is kind of secondary to the overall adventure, you know. And there's a picture I took of you at the Hard Rock Cafe, I believe, which I heard is closing down. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I did. It's a bummer, man. I just started getting used to that place.
That's what happens when you're booking green Jello over and over again. Like you're fallen far from the source. You know, there's like Kiss,
should have seen it coming.
Like Kiss stuff and Van Halen stuff over here.
Oh, I just saw the photos. They're coming through rapid fire now. Leaf blower. I see him. Yeah. There's the picture of us in front of the weird courthouse place.
Yeah.
That was fun.
So that your visuals are like your audio's not. So that's kind of weird. That's okay.
Yeah, I can see myself in real time.
Oh, weird.
And you look like you're in real time.
Okay.
And the audio's in real time. It's just for some reason the photos take a while to come through.
Well,
and they came through way faster than it seemed like you were going through them.
Right. Probably.
But you know what?
No.
We're gonna turn this into like a tech seminar.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. All right. So here
I don't know anything about it.
I guess to end this, I got another surprise, I guess, for you. I mean, not that surprising, but it was fun. Uh-oh, did I freeze?
No, I'm just staying way still. I can still hear you just fine.
I had a little weird circle ball of death for a second. Let's do this one first. This is the garage show.
I warned you, ladies. I warned you.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
No, this is
the garage show.
This is the outdoor show.
Pick up your noodles.
The Loopies.
The Loopies.
I'm sure I'll see it in a second, but like, that was a fun show. It was so weird to play in backyards.
Backyard Green Jello tour. Just another adventure, and we had a smaller band, and that's why you're playing bass, and I'm playing guitar, which is
I got to play bass on like Cow God and Three Pigs for a bunch of the shows on the tour, and Slim would break out the sax for those.
Right.
But that was the
I mean the visual presentation is not as good as the other shows that we were playing, but this is a document.
No, but it's cool to see it again.
Yes, I put a couple of the songs together for this. If you can see it. It's dark out, man.
I had to suit up because the kid in the wheelchair was a huge Transformers fan.
Oh, okay, yeah. All right, enough of that.
John Loopy. Nice kid.
Yes, it was definitely an interesting experience. Okay, so this is so funny because this is the garage show. Which sounds really good. But like,
oh yeah, because I had Slim's like 10-foot cord. I was like, I can't even put the costume on. I'll just rip my cord out over and over again.
Yes, this was a no costume show, a rare no costume show, and Bill made all this effort to have the garage doors closed while we were setting up. So then I think like
didn't they not open all the way?
Let's see, something happens that's funny. I think it was underwhelming when the garage door opened. Yeah, also it was problems getting it open, yeah. So it's like the big reveal! It was like, oh boy. This is our life, guys.
Yeah, we didn't have long enough cords to go out there.
I was wireless.
And they didn't come in. Like, they didn't get as close as Bill wanted them to, yeah.
Yeah, here we go. I just played the comment. But look, we're on a driveway. It's like green Jello, Grammy-nominated green Jello in your garage. Well, we were supposed to play
in your garage.
Yeah, it was raining. So.
Redefining the meaning of garage band.
2 pool parties, and not one person was in the pool. Either time.
Yeah, because dude, it was raining like.
Yeah,
it was like it was super shitty that day.
It was nasty.
That was arguably, and that's funny because that was when fall was like starting. It was very clearly like the end of summer because we're in like upstate New York where it's fucking dumping buckets all day.
Yeah. At least they had these tarp things or whatever.
Yeah, the easy ups and like they had porta potties and shit.
Yeah, that's true. All right, I'll play this other one from this show because Three Little Pigs was really funny. Because that's when he got everybody inside the garage. See, now it's dark out. You can see the outside of the house. All right, let's skip around. Here we go. I think one of them didn't close this time. We couldn't keep them closed. It's a little dark, but again, it's like this is a document. A house party where everybody's in the garage standing with green color. So what's next? What's the news? Let's end it with some Gwell-O news, or Cyko news, or Green Jello.
Gwell-O news or Cyko news? I'm gonna be upfront with you, bud. I don't have a ton of stuff going on.
Boo.
Like I've been kind of hit like a wall with this. I got to call up the studio guy and finalize these tracks, get the final mixes done, and probably put out an EP. I kind of was debating on going back into the studio for another like 2 songs because I have Crossover, which is like a doom thrash kind of like song, and then I'm working on
Yes, I have it on
another
my
one.
CD.
Yeah, it's on that CD. I'm debating on redoing that song, and then we have a new one that we played live for the first time ever last night that I still haven't even written the 3rd verse for. But
that's the easy part.
I've been like caught up with like regular life stuff and sort of distracted from the thing. But yeah, I have these 6 songs that are pretty much ready to go outside of the final mix. And I'm going to probably fire that off and figure out how to release it. How does one release music these days?
Well, I don't know. You can get my album on vonesper.bandcamp.com, available today. It's out today. And I have not gone through the trouble of trying to get it on Spotify. I might take all my albums off Spotify and make like a best of for Spotify.
I deleted Spotify because I was trying to play my songs that I had for Jello Lugosi in a parking lot, and my phone kept telling me that Spotify couldn't play my tracks. So then I deleted Spotify and it used whatever default music player app was already on my phone, and Spotify stopped trying to like get in front of it.
Well, is it like
And I just never looked
published
back.
on Spotify? Like,
I don't know, maybe I chose like use as default app one time or something, and it like wouldn't let
it only
me in,
plays
but
music that's on Spotify.
yeah. But it was trying to like when I was trying to play the song through my phone through a Bluetooth speaker, goddamn Spotify was like, dude, you can't play this. This isn't even music.
Well, that's
I might be exaggerating a little.
Well, yes. I maybe, you know, Spotify is also terrible for other reasons. Like,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, I don't like I said, I go for this real exclusive, you gotta hang out with me and I'm gonna make you listen to my songs.
right. Yeah.
I don't want you to hear my music unless it's weird and I'm looking directly at you.
Okay, rapid fire. What's your favorite Green Jello song?
Favorite Green Jello song, Electric Harley, House of
Yeah?
Love.
Why?
Yeah, I'd say so.
You like heart?
I don't know, just got that rock and roll vibe. It's my favorite one to like play. You know? I
love playing
that's
that
the one.
Metallica. That's fun.
Although I feel like Skajakwit is like an underrated, like we don't play it enough thing. Like
Yeah,
I
because
feel like that one kind of bangs. Yeah,
Yeah, I've never played that one.
it's tough.
Like
I
some
remember
weird-
doing that at Bill's fucking birthday party in LA, and I remember practicing doing the thing. It's like, wow, this one is a little bit more complicated.
Yeah, somebody told me on one of my shows that they saw Green Jello in like the 80s, and that was the only song they played. They just did it for like a half hour with like all the news reports in the middle of it and everything.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I think
I
everyone
like-
was
that's the
underwhelmed,
type
but
of
now
show.
it sounds great.
Yeah.
Favorite Gwar song?
No, I love that joke that goes on for way too long. Favorite Gwar song, Knife in Your Guts.
Wow, deep cut. Wow, okay. Yeah,
I
that's-
am the insister.
Yeah, that is an underrated song. They don't play that enough.
Ragnarok. Yeah.
What's your favorite Gwar album?
It's hard to say. Like, you know, I liked Ragnarok a lot. I think that might be it. But you know, you can't go wrong with Scum Dogs. And then like I also liked the when Violence Has Arrived came out, the whole like introduction of the metal era and like where I was in my life, like it just like it has like big memories for me, you know. I don't know, it's hard to say. Cause even like We Kill Everything was the first tour that I saw. You know,
I saw it right before
so
I
it's
did,
like,
I think.
yeah. But yeah, I'd probably say Ragnarok because I remember like sitting in high school, like looking at the booklet and stuff, and
Oh,
like
I love the
drawing
booklet.
pictures
Yeah,
and stuff.
there's so many like weird Easter eggs and like references in there that I like to punish people about. Like I always like to talk to people about like what's the Satan skins, you know? And that was like an actual
Yeah,
band that was trying to get together and stuff. And I think
Yeah.
that's fascinating.
Yeah, I love that idea too. They would have like the satanic skins like open for them, and they'd come out and like slaughter them and stuff. It was the same thing with like the Prestige idea.
Right,
I'm
yeah, it
pretty
was
sure.
something like that. Yeah. Yeah, there's like a whole thing. I think the singer's vein on his head was gonna like get bigger and bigger throughout the show until it like burst his head open or something.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, there's some I don't know. Someone talked about it. Go through the archives, figure it out.
Yeah, I know. I used to get on like Bohab Central and like I would like scour every like line of things, and like you had to filter through a lot of bullshit in the
Remember
old
the
Bohab
GWARPod?
Central.
Remember
Yeah,
the GWARPod?
the
Yeah,
FUQ,
the FAQ. Man, the internet was that was
The
the
Wild
early days
West,
of the
man.
internet. Yeah. Well, check these out. Tell me about these. Can people get these somewhere?
Yeah, I have a bunch of them in my backpack. You got to get it directly from me. I'll give you one if I run into you, and you're awesome.
Check it out. These are very cool patches. I
So
need to make patches. How do you get, like, do you order these from somewhere or what?
so I mentioned earlier the guy Tim Allison. He made the Immortal Corruptor patches. Do you remember that when like in the
Sort of.
Guar fans unite and stuff? Like
Sounds
this dude, he
familiar.
made a run of these Immortal Corruptor iron-on patches, or not iron-on. I mean, I think they are embroidered patches, just like those. And when I was doing Gwell-O, I was like, well, first of all, I got the patches from the guy. I thought they were super nice and high quality. The guy sent me like for free, and they were like, it was just a limited run he did just as a tribute, and I've just always gone to him for my merch ever since because he puts out really high quality stuff. And yeah, he works for a company called Patches for Less. They did a bunch of merch for merch and patches for the show The Walking Dead. He told me, and cool guy, his merch is always been super premium. So like, I'll pay a little extra to get a nice product, and it's not really that much extra.
Very high quality.
And okay, so while I want to state it on record, the shark patch,
right?
All right,
There's
pro
a
tip
thing, right?
Yeah. The G is supposed to be at a 45. So like, move it so your hand goes downward. Like twist your hand down, yeah, like that. So the G is on the bottom arrow.
Right, I remember you telling me this. Why?
Yeah.
What's the significance of this?
Well, because the design was on a computer, and he showed me, and he did this kind of cool, like, artistic angle to the Gwell-O thing. But like instinctively, people, like when they have the patch in hand, because it's a circular kind of shape, they want to put the Gwell-O thing sideways. And if you do that, it kind of makes the shark look like he's beaking downwards. And I don't know, it drives me crazy. It probably doesn't bother anybody else.
Yeah, have
But
you
like,
seen
and the shark is a reference to the city of my birth. Like, I was born in San Jose, and it's a nod to the San Jose Sharks logo.
I thought it had something to do with the Sharknado song. Maybe.
I don't actually like do sports and stuff, but I like sharks, and I am from San Jose, so I was like, dude, that'd be cool, except he was biting an axe. And yeah, it ties in with the whole Sharknado.
Right. Nice.
The Sharknado idea, that was if I'm fully honest, man, like we kind of had like a little dip in activity during the old pandemic, and we were getting stuff back together. And I was like, all right, guys, what do you think we got to do for like a new one? And again, it was Maximus, it was Doig there, who was like, Sharknado. And like, we made a song about it, like I kind of wanted to, it's heavily inspired by Jesus Built My Hot Rod.
Okay.
Like, that's kind of the vibe we were going for with that. And like, I've never even watched any of the Sharknado movies, if I'm fully honest. Like, I watched the trailer for one. Yeah, like I watched the trailer for one. I get the gist. Like, I've seen these types of movies, you know what I mean? Like, but yeah, it was fun. It's just a silly song about sharks and shit.
Well, the guy who
a rare use of the word shark extravaganza.
Oh god, that's terrible. Well, one of the actors from Sharknado, who also, I believe, co-wrote the Sharknado song from the movie, not from Gwell-O.
I didn't realize there was a Sharknado song in the movie.
I think I don't know if it's actually called Sharknado, but there's like a theme song or some sort of credit song.
Okay. I'm gonna have to look into it now that I've made a career out of
that's
parodying it.
Robbie Rist, and he's in my documentary, The Life and Slimes of Dookie Spliceswatter and Haunted Garage. So that's something I'm still working on. Yes, Robbie Rist from Sharknado, who was also the voice of Michelangelo from the Ninja Turtles movies.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, and
that's wild.
He was in a band with Dookie Flyswatter and members of the Chickenheads called the Undead Kennedys, and they were
The
zombies.
Undead Cat. Yeah, I saw something about them
Yeah.
recently.
Really? Well, they're not around
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah. Like I heard about them like not that long ago. I can't
What?
remember where.
Yeah. Well, great. Well, that's part of the story, so check it out. Let me do my plugs here. There's that.
Yeah, keep them coming. That was a
Pop
good
Perversion.
transition. The segue
Hey,
you
I
did.
know, isn't that great? I'm like, it was everything circles around into each other. You know, it all comes back
Yeah.
around. Not active at the moment, but go on Instagram and subscribe to or follow Pop Perversion, my band, which eventually will be a band, trust me. But it's cooking. In the meantime, of course, get my record. It's out today, Quarantine Dream. You can get it on CD with hand-drawn covers, or digitally just through Bandcamp. It's very cool. It's got that dinosaur song on it. And maybe I'll end this with another music video. You know, just because I can. I think that's all I got. Bob Gorman, now up next. How cool is that?
Yeah, it's gonna be great, dude. That's gonna be the one.
Yo, I need to do like these fun hang episodes in between like these really serious ones where I actually have to like prepare
Yeah.
notes, you know, like, oh God, I gotta maybe
Yeah.
read that whole book again because, you know, do you have that book, the Let
Right.
There Be War book?
I have Let There Be Gwar, yeah.
Yeah, it's massive.
It's crazy, like the
That's a lot
stuff
of
that's in
reading to
there.
do. Yeah.
Yep.
I gotta brush up on it. The Big Book of Lies, as Hunter Jackson calls it. It is kind of funny, like having this logo drawn by Hunter Jackson, and there's Bone Snapper next to it.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. Cool, man. Well, thank you so much for doing this. I had a good time. I
Yeah,
learned
man, it's been
nothing.
fun, man. It's good. Great getting a chance to catch up and stuff and kind of like hang out, as it were.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because I was like on tour, and I'm like, I have all these questions for you, but I'm gonna save it for the show. You know.
Yeah, it's good
No,
to talk about it. 'Cause, like, I would have sat there rattling your brain for like forever, just like I did today. Like, look at us, we're 3 hours into this thing.
I know. Yeah, exactly. Well, thanks for the one person who kept going with us. I think that we have one viewer left. We've lost everybody. You know, I don't know. These Sunday shows, they're not going as well as the Thursday shows, but hopefully the playback will be good, you know. Your work's better than me, so fuck you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just some dude anyway, so like.
So thank you. I think he's in your band.
I knew.
Yeah, thanks for.
Yeah, I knew it was him,
You
man.
were entertaining. I'm sure you learned nothing as well.
Byron didn't even stick it out the whole time.
But I know he does his show before this, and I have not been watching it, so sorry, Humongous. But
yeah, I know. I'm not a leg to stand on over here, there, Big B.
Yeah. All right. Well, you know what? If you want to stick around, I'm gonna play another video from my album, and but we're gonna get out of here. So thank you.
Send it, and yeah, man.
Have a good Christmas or whatever you do, and it's gonna be New Year's soon. If you're in New York, I'll be New Year's Eve at the Mercury Lounge, doing photographs for the Forever Young New Wave New Year's Eve party. So yeah, if you're in the East Coast and you need something to do, that's where I will be. I gotta find some colors, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. All right, y'all. Thanks for being here. See ya.
GWARPod. GWARPod.
I'm gonna cue this video up. Going Nowhere Fast, where I actually caught. Here, I'll bring him back for a second. So this video I just put out, Going Nowhere Fast. I was filming my trip into the city by car on my GoPro, and I actually caught a car crash. So added production value for my video. And what's crazier is the guy who got hit ended up at the party I was going to. So I don't feel so bad about using it because I actually asked the person who got hit. It's like totally random, and it makes for great entertainment. So check it out. Now I gotta go find it. Go find the video file. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. Oh, okay. I'm over here. Sorry, now I have to navigate files. It's boring. Dead air. Let's see. Is it in here? No. I actually have to plug in a hard drive for it. It's like nobody gives a fuck. But I don't care because it's 3 hours into the show. If you're still watching, like it's your fault. Okay. Is this it? Going nowhere fast. It's coming up right now. Go.
Thanks for having me, bro.
Ticket blues matches my eyes, match my eyes. If passion paid the bills, I could win the prize. Yeah, I wish I had a future. I wish I had a past. Going slow in the fast lane, going nowhere fast, going nowhere fast, going nowhere fast. I don't know how long I'll last, going nowhere fast.
See that? Holy shit.